not just America's card room. We're the world's card room. A place where everyone comes together to play the game we all love. We are all unique, all competitive, and all striving to be the best. But at the end of the day, through thick and thin, we are all in together.
We know we keep saying this, but the biggest Venom of all time is almost here. Yep, the $8 million Venom tourney gets underway on Friday, January 22nd with the massive $8 million guaranteed prize pool, our biggest ever. Following our recent gigantic Venom PKO and 3 Hold'em Venoms that came before it, the $8 million Venom is your chance to kick off the year with millionaire status. That's right, first place gets at least $1 million, guaranteed. Want in? Then buy your $2,650 seat right now for this multi-day tourney featuring 4 day one flights. Or get in through steps, skips, Venom Blitz steps, megas, and our epic Venom Fever. There's nothing like the Venom, and that's especially true in 2021 with 4 editions set to hit the schedule. Are you in? There's no better time to rope off your seat than right now. Join us, winningpokernetwork.com.
From the Lodge Poker Club in beautiful Round Rock, Texas, welcome to Poker Night at the Lodge. My name is Rick Epstein, alongside my partner in crime each and every week, Mike the Skull Reisman. Mikey, tell us what we got tonight.
Rick, Wednesday night at the Lodge, our 1-3 $500 capped buy-in cash game here, no limit Texas Hold'em as always. And we have some familiar faces from some previous streams and some new faces tonight. And it should be an exciting one. We'll be here for 3 hours, and we're going to get started here momentarily.
Well, I know we're successful, Mike, when we've got a frantic rush to find you in the poker room on the night of the live stream as people just want to pile on. They want to be part of the show, and we're lucky we were able to get it. We see Chi-Town Cat, who made history last week with his Jack Queen suited against Pocket Kings, turning the straight for an all-in bet against that Justin. We see David Bruno in seat 2. So, you know, tell us about some of the other players here. Who's in seat 3 there?
Yeah, seat 3 is going to be TJ. He played on our first, I believe, 1-2 stream. Didn't have his best performance, and he said, Mikey, I got to get back in the mix and try and redeem myself. So I'm always one for a redemption story. So I said, TJ, you're back in there. Seat 4, I believe, is a friend of the Chi-Town Cat, also from Chicago.
Related cousins, yeah.
Yeah, Sal DeBear, he'll go by. Seat 5 is a new member to the Lodge. His name is John. He lives in Louisiana and has been watching from afar. And I've been in contact with him throughout the week, and he said, I got to get in and test my luck. So I said, come on down. I'll get you in right away. Always give priority to new members. So we want to see some new faces each and every week on the stream. So if you're watching this for the first time and you want to try and give it a go, shoot me an email at the bottom of the screen, and I will coordinate that and get you in there. And let's see who we got. Seat 6 is not there at the moment, but that's going to be Nemo, who's been crushing it here lately on the tournament scene. Seat 7, Chi-Town Cat. Seat 8, Aaron. And seat 9 is Scott.
And we missed seat 1. Who's in seat 1 there? When you get a chance. Looks like we've got a raise from Scott.
I believe seat 1, his name is Joe, but I think he's going to be going under a different name, so we'll see that shortly. Yeah. Also a new to the stream, but not new to the Lodge. So
Damon is in the box, and we've got our first hand underway. Looks like we've got seat 8 making the raise, and we'll go to a flop here. Looks like it is heads up. between seat 3 and seat 8, and we'll get the names here when they start popping up on the screen. Jack 4 is the first flop of the night.
Yeah, this is TJ versus Aaron here. Checked over to Aaron here, and he's going to c-bet to 15.
TJ will make the call. Heads up to the turn, our first hand of our live stream on Wednesday night. Turn is a 6 of spades, and it will be over. Button started in the 5 seat. So we're waiting for some card readers here. Looks like an all-in, one hand, Mike.
Yeah,
he's going all in.
As I said, TJ was a little upset with his performance on the first stream here, and he's not being gun-shy at all. First hand, all in.
Looks like for 165.
You got to imagine he's holding a jack here. Not quite sure what else he's holding here to be jamming like this, and still a little bit of a questionable line here as Aaron was showing a lot of aggression pre and on the flop here, but TJ taking no chances and ripping the turn here for his entire stack.
Wow.
So a little bit of a mystery hand here. It takes our card readers and centers a little time to warm up here, but we'll get them going here shortly. Thank you to Michael Johnson here in the chat for joining us. Thanks for tuning in all the way from Colorado. We appreciate that. Same to you, Luke. We appreciate the compliments.
Looks like we had a call, a 4 on the river. And looks like
deuces.
Deuces.
So 2 pair jacks and deuces, and
they
that's
got counterfeited.
Yeah.
If the deuces got counterfeited with the 4, and TJ is going to get stacked in the first part of the night.
So that was 7-5 a club. So don't tell me that.
7 high won.
Did 7 high just take that pot first hand of the night? My goodness, yeah, 7-5. So open-ended. Open-ended on the turn, misses. Still calls the jam, and 7 high good after the 2 pair from TJ gets counterfeited. So my goodness, we're off to the races here early, first hand of the night, and TJ has felt it.
Yep, he'll call for more chips. 45 people already in the live chat. Remember, each and every time we do this, once we get to 100 people in the live chat, you are privileged to hear the joke of the day. I know Mikey doesn't like it, but we'll do it anyway.
You had a little bit of a better performance last week, so you're getting better.
Until tonight.
Yeah, well, that's not a raving, glowing review here. We'll have to wait and see when we get 100 in the chat. Just starting off here at 50, just getting going. So please like this video here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Those likes increase our viewership, so please smash that like button.
And 7 high did win a pot already, Mike.
Yeah, 7 high just scooped an all in. So you are seeing that correctly. 7 high, the nuts.
And we've got something special, Mikey. You're going to have to, after this hand, I want you to tell me what's on the plate for Saturday night, the meetup game. I'm hearing there's going to be people with 10K to start out with. What are you hearing?
Yeah, that's been rumored around here. We'll see. I know the table that I put together here is not shy to put chips on the table. So at least 5K, rumors of close to 10K. It's going to be the meetup game with Poker Traveler and E. They've been going around Texas to a bunch of different rooms. And then we also have our normal group of lineup players that are not afraid of big games at all. And they're going to be bringing some big rolls here. So tune into that Saturday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time as always. It's going to be 5-10, no limit hold'em.
I want to thank our title sponsor, as always, America's Card Room. If you play online, give them a chance for your action. If you play live, we hope you call the Lodge your home. The Lodge is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We've got a tournament going on right now in the room, PLO. You see the tables in the background, several cash tables, as always. Just sitting here on a Wednesday night. Looks like we got a $15 raise, a raise to 15 from John with pocket sixes. Nemo and Chi-Town Cat come along.
Yep, shout out to Nick from Yuma, still mute. All you guys for joining us, Tony, Nicholas. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in here on Wednesday night here, live from the Lodge in Round Rock.
Nick Papa Giorgio from Yuma. See, he goes and he watches a few different streams. We like that. We like that we're part of your repertoire.
He knows a good stream from a bad stream for sure, and we're hopefully one of his favorites.
Ace 5-9.
Two spades. No spades for nobody.
Yeah, John is still way in the lead, but he can't figure, with 2 overs. His pocket sixes don't look too good. And there's another over, 8. Now Chi-Town Cat with a gut shot straight. John with
Chi-Town Cat starting to believe in his 5 and his gutty, and his bet's going to take it down.
Chi-Town Cat, who became an instant star with his all-in bet against pocket kings with Queen Jack suited, and he just managed to turn the straight.
Yeah, it was a squeeze gone wrong. It was about a $15 bet from, I believe, 5 players or so. He squeezes with the Queen Jack of spades, and has dreams of a scoop. Turned out to be a terrible play. Got snapped off by Justin's kings, and then boom, hits the straight. So from rags to riches, just like that. And Justin really had a rough night last Wednesday.
Squeeze gone wrong. I mean, my tube of toothpaste is a squeeze gone wrong. That was a tragic squeeze.
Yeah, but it turned out to be a squeeze so right. So monster pot there, and he was one of our big winners along with Bruno.
John with big slick. Nemo folds his. John raises to 15. Back over to Bruno with king queen offsuit. Not a bad starter. He's looking to raise it up, and Bruno's been playing very well. I even talked to him today about it. I've been very impressed with his play. This might be a slight misstep, but he's not bad to see where you are right before the flop.
No, not bad. Big blind. Definitely a candidate for a 3-bet there. Take the aggression early. See what your opponent's kind of holding. Get a little bit of information here, but John's not going anywhere.
Goodness.
And John's going to rip it in here. So once John rips it in, Bruno and John don't really have any history together. I don't think Bruno's familiar with John at all. I don't think Bruno can make this call here after John clicks the all-in button here for close to 300 and he makes the fold.
Yep. Good all-in from John with his big slick. Ace-king offsuit. He'll tip the dealer. Yeah, folks, the chip values, red chips are $5, green chips are $25. We don't have any on the table right now, but we probably will before the end of the night. Black chips are $100. The other chips you see on the table are for the dealer, the silver ones. You'll see silver. Those are dollar chip chips, so if a player wants to tip a dealer, that's how he'll do it. And also, you'll see pumpkin chips, black and orange. Those are $5 dealer tip chips. So those are the chip values. Rick Epstein along with Mike the Skull Reisman, and we've got another live stream tonight, and then a big one on Saturday, so set your calendars. It's the meetup game with the Poker Travel and E, which a lot of people follow those guys.
John, from big slick to aces here, so aces are definitely hanging around seat 5 right now. Chi-Town Cat with a suited ace as well.
I think John just final tabled the afternoon tournament. 30 minutes ago. He finished 4th, I believe. Yeah. So he'll get a call.
A little Wednesday freeze out here at the Lodge. I believe it's about an $80 buy-in. And John, again, a new member. First day at the Lodge. And a little run good doesn't hurt on your first day at the Lodge.
3 players go to the flop. 3-9-7. So
Rainbow, pretty safe board for aces.
2 players do hit a 7, though. TJ and Chi-Town Cat. Chi-Town Cat may get a little frisky here. The cat getting frisky. Let's see what he does. It's a $25 bet.
Yeah, don't mind the call at all. Still middle pair. Also backdoor hearts. You never know. Your 7 might be in the lead on some of these scenarios here, but in bad shape against John's aces.
Damon will give us a turn. The turn is a 4 of spades. 2 spades now. So now TJ picks up the flush draw, and he's going to bat it out. He's going to make it 50.
Yeah, the way John's been playing so far.
55, I'm sorry.
I think John's going to raise this one up here and try and charge the draw of TJ. But let's see. It looks to be carving out just just calling chips.
He
does just make the call.
Lodge does have a forced betting line that we really are strict about. Once chips cross the line, unless you say something, that's what's going to stay in the pot, unless you are audible beforehand. And here's the river. There's the spade.
Gets
so
there.
TJ gets there.
Little backdoor magic for TJ here. And the aggression on the turn. You only have one move. That's to rip it all in, baby. And he does. And John's going to have to pay this off, especially because he's holding the ace of spades there. So
yeah,
hard to really put TJ on a backdoor flush here. He might be worried about a straight perhaps, or maybe some random 2-pair. John put to the test here early, and I think he's going to have to pay this bad boy off here.
Runner flush for TJ, who first hand of the night he gets called, and he'll get some of the money he lost in the first hand back. And aces get cracked. Cracked aces. Seed 5. You don't get anything for it. Ben Andrews says John is a scary good player. I talked to him about coming out to the lodge. He actually, final table yesterday's 2 p.m., the free roll, and today's 2 p.m. So, yeah, I'd say he's quite the player if he final tabled the free roll last night. You got to dodge a lot of bullets. The room was packed last night for our Tuesday night free roll, as always. And to final table that and cash is usually a good thing on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, that sounds like a bunch of final tables, so he definitely has his confidence high. And that's good when you go into the stream. This might be his first time on a stream game. Might be a little bit nervous. But if you have results like that, I'm sure you're feeling pretty confident in your play and you're not scared of anybody.
Please hit the like button, as JMC Stone just did. Also subscribe. That really helps our channel. If you subscribe to the channel, if you like what you see, we do a good job. We have one goal each and every episode, and that's to get better than the previous episode. And so far, through 3 months, we've done it, I believe. It's well lit. If you notice our table, you can see all the players' faces. Everybody's got a lot of room. Everybody has to wear a mask. We require that. But I think we've got, our production is pretty top notch. We use the highest end cameras that we can buy, and we've got some great software. So thanks for joining us. Looks like we got our first walk of the night. Oh, maybe not. Nemo is raised it to 15. So now we'll go heads up. Sal DeBear from Chicago against Nemo, who's a regular here at the lodge. 9 deuce deuce.
Nemo smashes that flop with trip deuces.
Finding Nemo.
Don't think he's going to be able to get paid off here by Sal the Bear unless he wants to get a little spicy. I know Sal the Bear came from out of town too, and he's excited to be on the stream. So he didn't come here to fold.
If you had to guess, if you didn't know, if you had to guess where he's from.
A little check raise, so I'm sorry to cut you off there. We have a check raise scenario here, basically drawing dead. So Nemo's just going to flat this. Yeah, 30, sure. Why not? I'll make the call here, let him hang himself here. So Sal the Bear in bad shape. Let's hope he doesn't hit a queen or a jack. Diamonds might slow down the action a little bit.
He does have a diamond. He got himself some outs there on that turn. He checks back over to Nemo. I don't think Nemo can check here.
Interesting spot here. He does not. Fires out 50. Sal the Bear now with the check raise on the flop. Now picks up more equity with the diamond draw. So he might be inclined to call here and keep chasing, keep getting his fingers deeper and deeper into the cookie jar. And that's what he's doing here. It's like you want those fresh chocolate chip cookies, but you're starting to reach deeper and deeper at the bottom of the jar, and they're a little bit harder. They're a little bit stale. They don't taste as good. And it's just a bad situation. But that's where we're going.
He's going for the fresh baked Toll House right now. He wants a little diamond. He's got 6 outs.
God, if it's going to
be, you see him on the screen there.
Queen of Hearts would be just brutal.
There's a heart, but it's a wrong one. So Sal DeBear is going to lose this pot. He checks over.
He checks it. He shuts down here. Pretty strange line here. Doesn't really want to attempt to bluff at this. Nemo's going to go for value. Pretty confident in his holdings right now, and that's going to do it for Sal DeBear here. Can't go any further.
Yeah, unless he tries to make a little move here against Nemo, who's going to find none of that. Sal DeBear contemplating.
Doesn't really have enough behind to really, push Nemo off this hand here. So just got to let this one go, Sal DeBear. You fought hard, but you can't win every pot.
And he folds. Dima says Rick is the Ron Burgundy of poker commentary. The guy is a legend. Great duo with him and Mike. Hey, Dima, you're my new best friend.
Yeah, Dima.
I love Dima. I don't know Dima, but Mike, I love Dima.
You sure you didn't pay Dima to have those kind words there in the chat?
I don't know, man. That is just...
And Nikki with some kind words for us as well. So we appreciate the support. Hope you guys are just, tune into the stream, relax a little bit, enjoy yourselves, watch some poker, and have some fun here on a Wednesday night.
Yep. And don't forget, hey, it's this month. We've been talking about it for months, Mike, but the World Texas Championship, $200,000 guarantee coming up February 25th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. 3-day ones, Mike, starting on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 25th, 26th, 27th, and then it all ends on the 28th. We're guaranteeing $200K, but we're expecting some huge numbers. So
yeah, we're already here. So it's the beginning of February. That's going to be here before you know it. And the excitement's picking up in the room. People are starting to talk about it more. More satellites are being run.
Yeah.
More racehorses. So people are getting pumped up for that one, and somebody's going to be going home with $60,000+.
Yeah, I think so. And it's a $500 buy-in, $75 club access fee, and you could be entered. We've got the title sponsor. One of the sponsors of that tournament is America's Card Room. They're going to be providing a little gift for each entry, and it's going to be a little fun little gift for everybody. So that'll be free to all who enter.
And we're going to be streaming that final table for damn sure. So Sunday night, prepare for a late one if you're watching from out of state, because we're going to be watching here on the big screen who's going to be walking away with that money. Hopefully it's me, and you're doing the stream solo or with the substitute
I'll
here.
I'll have to get a substitute.
We'll have to wait and see.
Nikki Gunn says they're coming to town for it. Hey, if you are coming to town and you need a place to stay, check our website, lodgepokerclub.com. We have special offer from the Marriott Round Rock, which is a very nice hotel, literally located 1.5 miles from the lodge. So check the website. A lot of players are going to be staying there. Ask for the lodge special for that weekend, and it's on our website. I think there's even a link attached to it.
Yeah, the wrong table, buddy.
So Kristen Stein is in. The Steins are in the chat rooting for Grim, a.k.a. Bruno.
There we go. I'm on the right table.
She likes the commentary also. And Nikki, yeah.
He's just calling blind. He's not trying to throttle.
Check out the Marriott Round Rock, literally. Oh, she's already booked at the Marriott. Great. Literally about a mile and a half or less.
Yeah, right over 35.
Very, very nice hotel. You'll be very comfortable. And very safe, too. So we've got, looks like we might have a little straddle here, if I'm not mistaken. Scotcho in seat 9 folds over to Josiah ESQ with King Queen. He hadn't played too many yet, so he's going to make it 16. 21 exactly.
Yeah, he's a lawyer there in C1. I believe he does a lot of got a lot of poker clients as well, so he does a little bit of poker law. So if you're looking for a little assistance there, give C1 a shot. TJ, definitely more active here today than he was on his previous stream here. Ace-Jack off, raises it up, or calls the bet by C1 here. Also does Sal the Bear here, so it looks like we're at least going through a possibly 4-way to a flop, deciding on what the Chi-Town Cat wants to do.
Chi-Town Cat's not folding 5-4 offsuit. Are you kidding? They're connected. He's going to call this bad boy.
Didn't think he was folding. He's going to get in there, and we got a pot about 90 here, and let's take 3 and go from there.
Damon in the box will give us the flop. Flop comes down. Jack, King, 3, all hearts. Nobody with a heart, but TJ with the Jack, and the King is for Josiah Esk. I guess it's Josiah Esquire.
There, that's what it is.
It's a fancy word for lawyer.
And he's going to c-bet his king here. He's got the best hand, not afraid of the hearts. TJ in a tough spot. Sal the Bear in a tough spot here with the open ender too, but still all hearts. Over a pair to his queen. Not the best spot to be chasing here for the open ender here, because let's say you even bank a 9 of hearts and you make your straight, you still don't really feel too confident about your holdings here. So
yeah.
C1's been pretty quiet so far on the stream. It's still early, but you got to respect his 45 here, and Sal the Bear with a good fold.
And the attorney, Esquire, with the nice coiffed hair. You're the one who always talks about the hair of our dealer.
That's some solid product
That's
he's got
some
for
product. I mean,
yeah,
that's
looking
some serious
sharp.
product.
He's coming on the stream. He wants to put on a show for his friends and family, maybe a couple ladies as well. Who knows? But he's got some good product in there. Got to give him credit there. C1 when it's due. You see what you got? People waiting,
Bill,
asking for the joke.
You did not miss the joke,
It's
Bill.
only 8:30. Come. Wow. We need at least 100 here. We're probably going to have to raise that number because, the stream's getting a little bit more popular. Maybe to 125 in the chat. But, Bill, if you want that joke, you got to send it out to your friends and family, get more people in this chat, and then we'll let Rick, we'll let him loose.
I think I've got one that you might even like tonight, but it's a thinking man's joke, so I like those. Josiah Esquire with the ace-10 offsuit, the lawyer, ready to hold some court tonight. We'll make it 20. Over to Bruno, one of the lodge favorites with pocket queens, the ladies. He's going to raise it up to 60. You like that raise 3 times?
Yeah, I like that raise, definitely. It's good. 60 is a perfectly fine number. 3x in position.
Nemo will fold in the small blind.
So we just saw Bruno's. All the other queens are dead here, so there will be no flopping sets here on this hand. And let's see what C1 wants to do here. Looks to be carving out some calling chips.
He needs to put a few more chips out. There he goes. We'll go to the flop. Heads up. Ace-10 versus queens. 4-4 deuce. Not a bad flop for pocket queens.
Not bad at all.
He's also got a backdoor flush draw working. Wearing the shirt that I thought, when he stood up, it looked like he was wearing an official's jersey, like he was going to referee a football game. He makes it 50 with his continuation bet. Josiah Esquire.
Yep, nice bet at 50 here. Josiah might not be buying it, but still he's not really beating much. He's still losing to the ace-kings, the ace-queens, the ace-jacks, but he's still coming along, getting a little sticky.
8 of spades.
You know what I say about sticky? It's like that bazooka gum on the bottom of your sneakers.
Yeah, it's
pretty uncomfortable. Still no help on the turn. Queen's still in the lead. This would be a pretty strange line if he leads out there. No, he checked it over, so action on Bruno, and Bruno's going to fire again. I like to see something along the lines of 150-ish.
Looks like 130, so he's close to what you're wanting him to do.
And that's gonna shut it down right here. You can't really continue to be calling here with just ace high. Don't really see the thinking, and yeah, he folds it.
I made a world-class call earlier today. I called with my ace-king when there was nothing on the board, just small cards, and I just felt that the story didn't make sense. Didn't have a pair, but made the call with the ace-king.
How big was the bet?
It was $65 on the river, and the story just didn't make any sense to me.
Sometimes when the story doesn't make sense, you got to go with your gut there. I made a hero call for 800 the other day with ace high. Ace high, good. So, got to follow your reads. Got to be, staying focused throughout the entire hand, from before the cards are even dealt, to the sizing pre-flop, to the position at the table, to the cards, to the texture, to your opponent's range. And if all that doesn't make sense, then you got to make that call. So good on you, Rick.
Rick Epstein, along with Mike the Skull Reisman. America's Card Room is our title sponsor for Poker Night at the Lodge. We're doing another live stream tonight and Saturday night. You don't want to miss Saturday night. I'm serious. I've had more than one player tell me, Rick, I'm going to bring 10K to the table. Now I said, well, are you going to put him in play? Because some players will bring 10K and not put him in play. This guy, I know, will. 21. Looks like might be a bet by Josiah Esquire. It looks like 21 is the bet.
Did that player's name start with a J?
No, it started with a C.
Ooh, ends in a Y. So there we go.
No,
Put that together.
It ended in an E.
What?
Second letter is O, and third letter is L.
Oh, okay. So spell that out there, and then yeah, that would be Cole.
That's Cole. Okay, do
yes.
I have to tell you?
Yes, thank you. I spelled that one out. Sounded it out. Hooked on phonics worked for me. If Steve Reisman's in the chat, he'll be proud of me.
Yes.
Don't see him there quite yet.
Looks like we're going to go three-handed to the flop. Damon will give
Well,
us.
if I got that question wrong, that means there are multiple players that are thinking along the
Yes.
same lines. Because I heard a little birdie tell me a couple of similar things.
Good. I've got a funny story about our dealer here in a second. Looks like we're going to have a bet from Josiah Esquire with the ace-jack suited. Didn't hit any of the flop, but he's going to continue with the story. Over to Nemo.
Nemo on the button here, bottom pair.
Does have bottom pair.
Yep, he's going to peel one off here and see if we fire a double barrel on the turn from seat 1. Let's see.
Pound for pound, Nemo wins more hands with 6-3 than any other player in the lodge.
Yeah, if you recall, last week's stream played the 6-3 and then smashed a boat on the flop here. So he's got dreams of the same situation from last week. That's probably even why he played this hand here, and he's still in the lead. So it goes check, check on the turn, and we're going to take a river.
There's the river. It's a queen. No help for Josiah Esk, and TJ is out of the hand, so it's just between Nemo, and Nemo's going to win this as long as he stays in.
It does. It goes check, check, so pair of 6s are good for the pot.
So Damon, our dealer tonight, believe it or not,
I know what you're about to say. It involves hot dogs.
Yes, he actually participated. Everybody knows the July 4th Nathan's hot dog eating contest. He qualified, I believe, 6 or 7 years ago during the Kobayashi reign, or maybe it was Joey Chestnut, and he actually was a participant at the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. He was on ESPN. He's got several records of when he was on the circuit, if you will, of whether it was potato skins, chicken wings, I don't know. He's got a couple records, but he made it to the hot dog eating contest on ESPN. That's right.
And he's also probably the most ripped dealer or human being
yeah.
at the lodge.
Yeah,
This guy works out like 3 times a day and eats super clean. So
yeah, I don't think he's entering any more hot dog contests, but yeah, he showed me the clip. It was great.
I have not seen the clip, but I
Yes.
know the story. So I'm going to have to check that out.
So we're here on a Wednesday night. It's just after 8:30 p.m. Central Time. We'll be here till 11 or so. Looks like we're trying to catch up here. And Chi-Town Cat raises it to 13. Scotcho will call. They both have the same hand. Jack 9, so it's going to be a chop pot unless one of them folds. Check over to Chi-Town Cat. Chi-Town will probably continue here. Not too many times where he doesn't continue his aggression, and he'll take it down with his Jack 9. $85 people in the chat. Thanks for watching. Remember, Lodge is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. Every player gets free play. We do not take rakes here at the Lodge on our cash games. The way that it works is each player pays a $10 hour fee to play, and it's more of a social club, and that's how we are able to play poker in Texas. So no rake. Each player pays $10 at the door for their time and a membership fee. You can either get a daily, weekly, monthly, or annual fee. I don't think we have lifetime memberships yet, but that should be something they look at. Uh-oh.
A couple of cards exposed there.
It's going to show the 710. It looks like we might have a straddle from Bruno for $6.
We'll let him slide once with that. Second time, and he's off the stream. I might have to come in from the bullpen like I did last week. That was fun coming in from the bullpen last week.
That was. You went out there, somebody left, we didn't have a player, so the itch, you were just itching to get out there.
Yeah, we got a pretty lengthy list today, so if somebody gets felled, I don't think I'll have the opportunity to hop in there. But Bruno waking up with the Kennedy brothers here, and we have the ladies in seat 8, so fasten your seatbelts at home. Put down your beverage if you're in mid-sip, because
I don't want to see an ace on the flop. Anything but an ace on the flop to slow down this action.
Let's see if Saldabear comes along with the suited ace. Also, John with the suited ace. They might.
Woo! And this, I believe this is the second time. No, Bruno had pocket queens a few hands ago. Now he's got pocket kings.
Yeah, so Bruno was in the hot seat last week, and now seat 2. Pretty favorable so far with the holdings. And Saldabear, again, didn't come here to the lodge with his buddy Felix to be folding many pots. And then when you're still facing a raise and a 3-bet, you know, sometimes you got to put the ace-6. It looks pretty, but you got to put it to bed. You got to put it to bed a little early, and that's what he does.
Here's a guy who saw us on the live stream last week in Chicago and said, I'm booking a flight. Get me on the stream. And Mike, you did it for him. He saw us on the stream last week in Chicago, and he's here today. The magic of the internet.
Yeah, so they get out of the way, though.
Here comes the flop. Deuce 9-7. Here we go. Ready for takeoff here.
Going to be tough for AC to get away from this one here. Bruno taking his time, thinking about the correct sizing here. I like to see something. We got there 2 times. I like to see something along the lines of 100 here, maybe 90 or 100, right around there.
You are right on the money. You've trained him well, young Jedi.
And that puts our AC here in a tough spot. AC might like to rip it all in.
He
That's what he does.
does.
And Bruno's going to snap this off.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep, snap city. And we're drawing the 2 outs here. Turn and river. Doesn't look to be. They flip him over here. You can see the disgust in AC's face. I think they're just running it one time.
Yeah, he already burned. Okay, good. There's
Damon
a deuce.
saves it here. So just a lady one time. Ooh.
There's the king.
Ooh.
You saw the paint.
You almost fell off your chair there, Rick. You almost got a little excited. Was hoping for the queen to suck out here, but Bruno holds and adds insult to injury there by picking up another king. Their king's full of deuces, and our boy AC has felt it in seat 8.
Bruno Maglia.
So Bruno, our big winner last week, off to a hot start. 8:40 Central Time. We're going to be going till 11 o'clock here, so still 2 hours plus of stream time. And AC is going to need more chips.
I mean, there's no way. I mean, what do you do there? You just lose your chips, right?
Yeah, you just have to send it. You just have to say good hand, tap the table there, especially these players don't have much history with each other. Hard to get really strong reads. First time playing, especially in the first, orbit or two. You just got to pay that man his money, and that's what we're doing here. C2, Bruno, going to be stacking some nice chips here.
It's a cooler.
I had a cooler yesterday. Flop was 8-8-8-8. I was holding jacks. My opponent was holding kings, and I was playing a much deeper game than this, and I had to send all the chippies to the other players, so that did not feel good either. Pretty similar board. Tough holding there. That's just a cooler.
Wow. And AC's asking for the chip runner to come over his way. 84 people in the chat as Bruno has a huge, huge hand. Wearing the American flag, he reaches into his pocket to pull out something to give to Damon, the dealer. And he'll give him 4 shekels. Yeah, we're working on, we've got some fun things that we're kind of planning on. We don't want to announce anything yet, but we're going to try to really do some special things on the big tournament coming up February 25th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. I know, Mikey, you already got a spot in it. Which day are you playing? Do you know?
For the big one we're talking about at the end of the month, I'll probably fire the first day.
All right, so you're going to play on Thursday.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. If it goes poorly, maybe fire again Friday. If that goes poorly, maybe fire again Saturday. But I'm hoping to be there on Sunday, and I'm pretty confident that I will be, and hopefully have a deep run. And then we can talk about it. Maybe go out to a nice steak dinner.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Jakey Stein says Grim must be clean as Scythe again, filthy. Talking about, he calls Bruno the Grim Reaper. I guess he's had some experience. Bruno, who's probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, he's playing some vicious poker lately. He's really, really playing well the last few times we've seen him. So here comes, of course, it helps when you get kings. 4-4 deuce. Nobody gets any of that. Everybody has similar cards here. 2 hearts, though, as John flops a flush draw. And TC reloads.
TJ with an ambitious here. Float here, out of position here with 2 overs. John with hearts here, also with overs.
Here comes the turn. 5. Still nobody. Now diamond draw for Scotcho. So heart draw. Any red card is going to give a flush to somebody here, which makes it even that much harder for TJ. I guess TJ is looking for a black queen.
Yeah, if you're TJ, I think you have to lay this one down here.
I mean, really, he's looking for a black queen,
Yeah,
and that's it.
Kind of floated out of position here, and then also has a call behind in John. So can't really do much with this queen jack. Sends it to the muck here. John can make this call with overs and the hearts, and I don't see him folding here.
Oh, yeah.
He can even maybe check raise here to really put the heat on Scotcho here. But he just makes the call, and we're going to take a river here, and it should be pretty interesting.
Red card gives somebody a flush. Let's see if it's red. It's not. The ace on the river.
So king high good here. Scotcho's been telling a story the entire way here. John kind of gives up on the hand, doesn't really believe in his king high. Scotcho can't really have much faith in his jack high, so let's see if he fires the triple barrel here, and it will get through. Thinking about it. No way you're going to be winning this pot here with jack high. And it looks to be a full, oh, he checked it. I thought he was going to be firing.
Wow.
Does not, and the king high is good enough.
King high like a boss. We'll take it down. Nikki asks which is the easiest day to play. I don't think there's going to be an easy day in that big tournament.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. It depends on the player pool.
I'd probably say Saturday is probably going to be the busiest day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And just simply because of people coming in from out of town and such. But
sometimes when there's bigger fields, more people end up bagging chips for the final day. But there's so much more action in the room that it might be a little bit harder to focus for you. I don't know your playing style, but
I wouldn't wait till Saturday to play if you're coming from out of town, definitely, because the worst thing that could happen is if we have so many people on Saturday playing that you don't get a spot, or you have to wait to get your spot. So
get here early.
Get here early. Play on a day, on Thursday or Friday for sure. You get in, because Saturday, who knows? I mean, because we only have so many tables.
Yeah. Scotcho, so doesn't fire the triple barrel here on the last hand. Probably missed the bet, probably regretting it a little bit here, but now wakes up with aces and doesn't seem to be getting any action. So that's pretty brutal. Aces, no callers, and those go back into the muck.
We'll go on to the next hand.
80 people in the chat. We're still only rocking about 5 or so likes. So if you're watching and joining us, please hit that like button so we can raise the viewership for tonight's broadcast. We appreciate that. I know you're all already subscribed to the channel. Don't have to say that again, but hit that like button for us so we can get some more viewers for tonight and more people in the chat.
Nikki Gunn says you're coming in on the 20th for the week before tournament, another big one. Tell us where you're coming from, Nikki. Coming from out of town, we appreciate it. We'd like to say hello to you when you get here on the 20th.
Yeah, that 30K is the Art of Poker, and our last Art of Poker was about double that, about 60,000. So that prize pool is going to be pretty big as well, and definitely a nice warm-up to the 200K.
Definitely a great warm-up. I think that player, that winner walked away with over $10,000 in the last Art of Poker.
I think it was close to 13.5.
Maybe it was. You're right.
Big one re-entry was about 10.5, and the Art of Poker was about 13.5.
Looks like we've got a raise to 15 from Bruno with his 9-6 offsuit. Sal the Bear getting a little frisky there with deuce 4 offsuit in the big blind. 4-5-8. And Bruno hits a gut shot, and Sal the Bear with middle pair, bottom pair. Check over to Bruno. He'll continue his story. Makes it 20.
Shout out to E in the chat. Looking forward to seeing you, buddy, on Saturday. Yeah, everyone's excited here for you guys to come on in. I know that 5-10 game, rumors of it gonna be it's gonna be pretty big here. A couple guys talking about bringing close to 10K. So come ready, E. Hopefully you crush it. And we'll see you on Saturday.
Nikki Gunn, where in New Hampshire? I spent the first 8 years of my life in Manchester. I don't know if you knew that or not. We talked about that the other week. I was best friends with Manchester's most famous son, Nicky. I'll give you, see if you can guess who that is. But you're coming from New Hampshire. $50 is the bet from Sal the Bear with bottom pair.
Yeah, so Sal the Bear has been proven to maneuver these tricky spots here, and he doesn't like to fold, and doesn't really have the strongest of holding each and every hand he's involved in, but he's still putting chips into the pot here. So
there's the 9, and of course Bruno hits it.
Victoria is asking what's the min-max for this game. This is a special 1-3 game we've been playing on Wednesday nights for the stream. Minimum buy-in 200, max buy-in 500. So it's not a 1-3 uncapped game like you usually see here at the Lodge. This is a special 1-3 cap game to 500, so you kind of get the 1-2 players. You get the mix of some 1-3 players. So a little bit something for everybody to come together here and play under the lights, table 11, Wednesday night, poker night at the Lodge.
No, Jamie Timbus is not Manchester's most famous person to ever live in Manchester.
Bruno has ripped it all in here, so really putting Salabert to the test. Don't think he can call this off with a pair of 4s unless he's just putting Bruno on a stone-cold bluff.
Salabert getting a little frisky there. He's going to lay it down, and Bruno's going to win another pot and stack his chips. No, Nicky, you're from Manchester. I spent 5 years, actually 8 years in Manchester. Lived on Chestnut Street, 1367 Chestnut Street. And my best friend, as I told the stream two streams ago, none other than Adam Sandler. I even sent pictures to prove it to Mike, who didn't believe me.
He did. I saw the 2 photos, some Little League photos, some standard, like in a dorm room type photo.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Yep. Manchester's a great city, about 40 minutes north of Boston, across the border, and we'll go on to the next hand. Bruno's really tearing it up right now. Nicky says she's going to do a Twitch stream when you hear. Look us up. Let us know. We'll give you a shout out to our viewers. We'd like to meet you if you're doing social media. So it looks like we have a...
Wow, Bruno's running really hot. C2 on
Kings again?
fire. From last stream to this stream, he's already had queens. Kings for the second time, getting paid off on hands where he doesn't have much of any holdings. Turns the 9 on the previous hand here, and now he's juicing up to 55. And with all this action, you kind of start thinking to yourself, if you're another player at this table, does he have it every time? How can he have it every time? Is he punking me? Is he bullying me? What's going on with this guy? And you might see people start to call him like
Nemo with his great 6-3.
Yeah.
This is as good as Big Slick for Nemo.
Yeah.
6-3 offset.
6-3 off is Nemo's hand here on these cash games. And he's going to try and spike it. And let's see what happens. Really bad shape up against Bruno's Kings here. And also C1 here with the suited ace. So he can flat this race here in C3, and that's what he's going to do. So we're going to go to a flop 3-way.
Bruno is just running so hot right now. Pocket Kings for the second time in less than an orbit.
You know what we say about those Kennedy brothers, so.
They don't like the bullets. You taught me that. There's the ace.
Boom. So man down, another brother down.
And Bruno doesn't like to see that.
Definitely did not want to see that, especially in a multi-way pop. But he's still reaching for chips.
He's going to see where he's at. And with the kicker of a 5 kicker for Josiah Esquire.
Let's see. So Nemo out of the way here with his 6 high.
The Johnny Cochran of the Lodge, Josiah Esquire, will make the call.
Not going anywhere, so rather quick call. Doesn't buy what Bruno's selling here. He's going to at least peel and see another one here.
There's the queen. I thought it was paint. It was, but not the right paint. Bruno might slow it down here right now. He's got to be suspicious of an ace.
Still 3-bet pre, though, so he still has all the ace-kings, ace-queens, ace-jacks, ace-tens, all in his range. Also aces, kings, queens, those hands, so Still a lot of hands that favor Bruno, and he's going to
Bruno.
fire a double barrel.
Bruno, don't do it. You're going into the web where you can't come out.
I don't mind the bet here. So as I said, he still has a lot of the range advantage here, the nut advantage here with his bet. But another correct call here by seat 1, and we're going to take a river.
Looking for the king. Doesn't get there.
I think this is going to go check, check. Now, I don't see Bruno firing the triple barrel. He
Check,
does not.
check. And Josiah Esquire is going to win a $485 pot. And Bruno throws his kings and says, ugh, what a waste. That's tough. You win one with kings, you lose one. Yes, Chris Moneymaker just got announced that he's a partner of America's Card Room. They are our title sponsor. I've already reached out to my contact at America's Card Room and said, hey, can we get Chris Moneymaker to play in our big tournament at the end of the month? And they're going to ask him.
Yeah, that might be a little bit of late notice for him, even though it's coming up here in a number of weeks. But if he doesn't come for that tournament, hopefully we can get him out here on a future date and get something going with Chris.
The only thing that would prevent it, they said, was he doesn't like to travel during COVID, which
Totally
I understand.
fair. Totally fair. Can't argue with that one.
But we said we'll put him up at the Marriott Round Rock if he comes play. Hey, come on out, Chris Moneymaker, if you're watching. Josiah Esquire looks down at his hand after just winning a big pot with his ace-5. Looks like he's going to call the $8 as Chi-Town Cat raised it up. A few calls over to Sal DeBear with Jack-7 offsuit.
That's a sign, honestly, with things go like this, that he's going to crash or something. It's going to crash.
Looks like TJ is going to call with King Jack offsuit, and Nemo's going to come along with his 6-3. Wow. He's going to raise it with his 6-3.
So Nemo with a bunch of 6-3s, Bruno's with a bunch of kings here. Might need Damon to give this deck a little bit of a wash here, because 6-3 is just sticking right on Nemo.
That's his, that's his favorite number. 36 or 63. Which would you go with? I think 36.
I like 36.
36 sounds
and nobody
better
with
than
much of
63.
anything here. So the aggression here, the 6-3. Let's see. I don't anticipate anybody calling this bet. I think it's going to get through. Let's see if he flips over to 6 high like a boss. Will he? Will he? Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Our boy Nemo,
Good.
6 high like a boss.
Nemo. 96 people in the chat, Mikey. We're 4 away from joke time.
Oh, my God. You need to steady 100, please. I don't want you to premature fire out this joke and scare. Last time you fired out the joke, we lost 10 viewers instantly. So
now this one, I think you're going to like this one. I never know your taste. You've got a very weird taste. I don't know what you like. You're from Long Island, so you never know.
I like him a little dirty, Rick, but this is a family show.
I've got 9 million dirty jokes that I can't tell. It's not easy to tell a joke that's not dirty. Let me tell you.
Fair.
That's what makes it tough. I could tear it up if we're on late night.
Tear what up?
Tear the jokes up.
Tear it all up.
Bruno with Jack-10 suited is going to raise it to 25. Bruno's a little licking his wounds a little after he lost with pocket kings.
Jack-10 still pretty here. And Sal DeBear's not going anywhere with his 7s. Been pretty aggressive, sporting a high V-pip here. Not going to be folding, might even be raising here, probably just flatting. Nope, take that back, he is raising. So
Sal DeBear with pocket
75 dineros.
Who's the famous 77? Who's this famous?
Pierre Turgeon. Look
right.
that up.
All right, I believe you. It has to be a hockey player.
Hockey player. Former New York Islander, Buffalo Sabre great. That's what popped up in my mind right away. 77, I'm sorry.
I'm going to say Mario Lemieux was 66.
66, yes.
And Gretzky 99.
Eric Lindros 88. So you see, it's a little bit of a trend there in the hockey world with those high numbers, those connectors here. But Bruno not going nowhere. Jack-10 of hearts peels the raise here. We're going to go heads up to a flop. A race situation here with 2 overs to the under pair. And of course, Bruno. Of course, he nails top pair here. Like to see him check it here. He does. Let's see if Saldivar is going to fire. He's got about a pot-sized jam behind. So he might elect just to rip it all in here. Goes check, check.
Here comes the turn, a 3. So that's only going to help Bruno's situation.
Yeah, interesting. I don't see Bruno checking this one again here after it goes check, check here. So he might put on a little filler bet, try to induce a jam. I'd like to see him go, would have liked to see him go a little tad lower than that, but goes for 100. And really putting Saldivar to the test here. I don't think Saldivar is going to want to fold these 7s. So I think all the chips are going to be getting in here.
Saldivar is looking to find his way here and take down a pot. He's got a nice little hand here, but Nemo has a better hand. Saldivar wearing his Bears jersey, his Bears cap.
Saldivar's been running into tough spots non-stop here so far in the stream, but he got the 1s on top of the greens, on top of the reds. You know what that means? It means it's all in, baby.
Quick call.
All you can eat. Snap a maki by Bruno here, and Saldivar is going to be drawing the 2 outs, and 2 outs only. Bruno looking really good for another scalp.
Shows his pocket 7s, looking for 1 out. The 7 of spades. Will it come? Nope, it doesn't. And Bruno is going to take down $472 more.
Another one. So we've been calling for chips all the way to seat 4 there. We need chips seat 4 immediately, and Bruno might need a rack. We might need a color up for seat 2. Running so hot right now. Hitting and spiking everything in sight.
300.
Yeah, it's interesting. No, Jason doesn't come on the stream. We asked Jason to come on the stream. Jason is leaving that up to us. But maybe one day we'll get him on the stream. He's a good man, and he's really the guy who makes it all happen. Of course, you know, we've got our executive producer, Dave Klaproth, who is punching all the keyboards and making the equipment hum like always. But really, without the Levin family and the ownership of the lodge, we wouldn't have a poker night at the lodge. Plain and simple. So they're a big part of it, and they like what's going on. So they want to make sure that we continue the upward trend. So Josiah Esquire with his pocket jacks is going to raise it up to 21. Bruno going to get himself in a little trouble here. He's got the snowmen.
The way Bruno's been running, though, I just feel like it's coming. Don't see any other 8s in its opponent's holdings there. Nemo's going to flat it with the Queen 10 off, so 2 8s still available.
I mean, Queen 10 off for Nemo is like, might as well be aces. The guy hasn't played a hand other than 6-3 offsuit.
I think we're going to set town here, Rick. I think it's coming.
We'll see.
Snowstorm on the East Coast there. It's getting cold outside. It's winter time.
There's the jack. Set city.
Does not come, so set for somebody. At least I thought it was going to be seat 2. Instead it's seat 1. And you know seat 1's just hoping multi-way pot here, 4 players, that somebody's got to have an ace, right? Somebody's got to have an ace. So he's not going to slow play this one. He's going to lead out, fire out a bet. And Bruno, people behind, can't play his 8, so the 8s go to bed.
Gotta make that fold.
Let's see if Nemo wants to get a little spicy, chase the gutter to the king. Looks like he does.
Ooh, king ball right here is going to be big problems for Josiah Esquire. There's 2 of them available. King of diamonds, king of clubs, it looks like. There's the 10 ball, so that's going to give Nemo a pair now.
Yup, also the spades get there, so might want to elect to represent that he has 2 spades in his hand if it gets checked to him, but it doesn't look like a check's coming. Check's in the mail. We're still firing out chippies, putting these chips to work. Some green, some red. Comes with, it looks like 140. 5.
I don't know. Yeah, Nemo can't make that call.
No.
And Josiah Esquire will take down another pot. The Johnny Cochran of the lodge, Mr. Lawyer. The dude that never personally met Sandler actually sounds like him. Does any others hear that?
Sorry, Will.
Actually,
I've seen the pictures.
Actually, Will, you're incorrect. I not only have met Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler has spent the night over at my house 6 or 7 times, and I the same. Hey, 2 Jewish kids in the 70s from a town of 100,000. Do you think we don't know each other? Of course we do.
Yeah, I can back this man's words.
But that doesn't
It
matter.
was a little suspect at first, too. I was a non-believer, but I've been proved wrong.
Manchester's only a town of 100,000. Went to Webster Elementary, if Nicky Gunn knows where that is. Over to Nemo. Nemo is going to raise it up with his Jack 10 offsuit. Chi-Town Cat, who hasn't been very active tonight, with his Queen 10, will make the call on the button.
AC picking up the Cowboys here, looking for a little redemption here after he got felted early on with overpair versus overpair. And he's going to fire in a bet from the small blind, going to juice it up a little bit to 90 bucks. Let's see if Nemo wants to make this call. He does not, so Nemo falls, action back on the button. Chi-Town Cat in position, but he will not be calling this raise, and the Kings get no action.
Kings will take it down in the small blind. And we'll go on to the next hand. 94 people in the chat. We thank everybody. We know somebody's from New Hampshire. Where are some of the other folks are from? Let us know. Cumulative winnings. Look at Bruno. Already up $640. AC down at the bottom, losing $463. This is a 1-3. Everybody could buy in for as much as $500. On Saturday, Mikey, it is 5-10 uncapped in our meetup game.
Yeah, 5-10 uncapped, 1,000 minimum, uncapped. And as we mentioned before, I think multiple players will be buying in for 10K.
Hey, we need to order some more chips. I think we've got enough.
We have plenty of chippies.
Should be a fun time. Set your calendars. Looks like we'll go on air around 8 p.m. on Saturday. We'll go for 3 hours. It is the meetup game with the Poker Traveler and E. I believe one of them was in our chat earlier. Was it E?
Yeah, he popped in here for a little bit.
Popped in. Looks like we got a raise on the button. As AC with his King Jack offsuit, after just winning a hand with Pocket Kings, is going to raise it on up to 25. Sal DeBear will fold his Queen 9. John folds his 6s. Doesn't want to set mine there. Washington, Daryl is from Spanaway, Washington. Fantastic. Always like to hear where people are from and watching.
9 o'clock Central Time, still got 2 hours left on the stream. Please hit that like button for us if you haven't done so already. Got to get over 100 so we can get Rick's joke in. We're pretty close a few times. Don't want to jump the gun here. Still got some good action going on. Lodge is busy tonight. Plenty of 1-2 tables going on. Other 1-3 games going on that are match to stack. Our PLO tournament going on. So
we've got probably 5 cash games going on right now, and then the 4 or 5 tournament tables of the PLO, and then this live stream. So not bad for a Wednesday night in Austin, Texas. The Lodge is Austin's largest poker club. We are located in Round Rock, which is 15 minutes drive from downtown Austin, where we are right now, just down I-35. So we consider the Austin metropolitan area. We are Austin's largest poker club. 19 tables. We can fit as many as 20, 21 tables if we needed, but 19 are fixed. Actually, 18 are fixed and 1 in the back room. $15 is the raise from Nemo. Josiah will call and Bruno will call. We'll go to the flop. Damon in the box will give us the flop. Ace, 4-5, and there's Nemo will hit his ace. Daniel Wood north of Cincy. I've been to Louisville, where's not Louisville? Lexington, Kentucky, which is not too far from Cincinnati. Home of the Kentucky Wildcats in Rupp Arena. They're not doing too well this year, Mikey.
no, they got a couple losses right off the bat.
I think they're like 10 losses this year.
Yeah.
Texas was supposed to play them last week at Rupp Arena and was going to give them a beatdown, but
COVID.
They decided they don't want to play Texas.
Yeah, March Madness is going to be interesting this year. I think they're all going to do it in Indianapolis. So we'll have to wait and see how that develops.
As with everybody, I'm ready for fans to get back into arenas, and we'll see how the Super Bowl goes. The Super Bowl is this Sunday, and we'll see how many fans are actually in attendance down in Tampa.
I'm sure they're going to try and pack as many people in as possible. It's probably definitely a little bit busier than what we've been used to all season long. And I know baseball just came out saying that they're going to have fans in all the stadiums this season as well.
Good. We hope once the more people get the vaccine, it'll help out and get things back to normal. There's a raise from AC with his ace 10 suited. He's going to raise it up to 65. Over to Scotcho will fold, as was Josiah Esquire and Bruno. They'll get out of the way. Over to Sal the Bear. Sal the Bear going to fold. And the initial raiser was Nemo. He's going to fold. So the bet from AC will take down.
Yeah, 65 good enough here. Nemo doesn't really want to mess with it. Thinks his king-queen shrivels up to that 3-bet of AC. And a nice aggressive line there by AC. Juicing it up there with his suited ace. Ace 10, a nice hand there to 3-bet and take the lead.
Kanubi, or I don't know what his name is, TJ laid down a nut straight to my river boat. He's a stud, so yeah. Sometimes you're a windshield, sometimes you're the bug. You make those great plays. Sometimes, as you know, Mike, on a night you can't make a correct play.
Yeah, sometimes you just run up against it here, but it sounds like TJ made a good fold. Some previous date, the board's paired. Depending on how the aggression and the betting sizes have gone each street, sometimes you got to lay down those good hands and make some really tight folds, and sometimes they're the correct folds, and you save yourself some money. Saldabear here with a suited king-jack of clubs. Going to go up against it here with Scotcho here. Scotcho's going to be going nowhere here with his ace-queen.
Scotcho. And Chi-Town Cat, who became famous a week and a half ago with his famous all-in queen-jack suited play that ran into kings and managed to take it home when the 8 on the turn made him a straight. He'll call. Here comes the flop. All hearts. 3, 6, 7 of hearts. Nobody with a heart. Chi-Town with a 7, though. Top pair. He'll check.
Seen a lot of these monotone flops here. Multi-way, and nobody has had that suit going here. So nobody with hearts.
Now 2 pair for Chi-Town Cat. He's got to think maybe he's good now. He's going to pull out some chippers.
Yep, I like the bet here. After it goes, checks around on the flop.
He must have said 50 because he came over with more. And with the hard betting line, he would have had to leave them there. So he audibleized 50, and that's the bet. Over to Scotcho with ace-queen. 2 overs. He's going to lay it down. Good bet from Chi-Town Cat. Over to his family member. He's, I think, cousins with Sal the Bear, is Chi-Town Cat.
Sal the Bear hates folding. Taking his time on each decision here, and really hasn't had anything to continue with there, and makes the correct decision there and sends that hand into the muck. And Chi-Town Cat, with the worst of it early on, takes down that pot, and he brings back the White Claw. As you see the whole box, and got a couple cans there. So the White Claws are beginning to flow here as we approach the 9-10 hour mark here.
It is White Claw Wednesday, and what is Bruno doing? He must be coloring up. If he's leaving,
he will not be leaving.
We will not let Bruno leave.
No, it's a definite color up for certain. Don't you worry, Ricky. We're going to be okay.
Daniel Wood says, I love a hard betting line. E says, looks like we're going to have an almost full must-move table Friday night. I think we may just play until the Super Bowl. Yeah, White Claw Wednesday. That is the preferred drink of Chi-Town Cat. He usually is about 7 or 8 deep by this time of his White Claws.
Yeah, taking it a little bit slow tonight. Maybe after the third or fourth one, we might see a jack high jam for 600. Who knows?
Scotcho will fold over to Josiah Esquire. Folds. Bruno with pocket nines. Bruno has had more pocket pairs tonight than I've had in a month of playing. I mean, come on. Pocket kings twice, pocket queens, pocket nines.
Sevens.
Pocket
eights.
seven. I mean, Bruno just running like a god right now. Coloring up. Sees the $500 placard. He's going to get probably a stack of greens coming his way.
Yeah, I'd imagine so here. Chi-Town Cat here with deuces. He's also going to put his helmet on and go set mining. So how about the 9 deuce 7 flop one time?
Chi-Town Cat looking for a deuce. Sal DeBerry mixing it up with 6-7. He hits a 7. So now each player with a pair. Sal DeBerry with his mid pair, but Bruno.
Yeah, still a pretty decent flop there for 9s. Gotta be a little worried about a 10 there, but nothing wrong with the C-bet there to 55 here. Sal DeBerry with middle pair. Doesn't have that much left behind here, so it's kind of tough to peel and float when your stack isn't very deep. But nonetheless, here he's going to peel.
He's basically got 3 outs. You see the 2 6s and a 7 remain available. There's a 5. So now he's got more outs because he's got an open-ended straight draw.
Not pretty good card there for Bruno. He's going to check it here. Sal DeBerry picks up a lot more equity, so. But he does not elect to fire. He's going to take this free card here, and a lot more outs for Sal DeBerry.
Oh.
And he gets there.
He gets there with 2 pair now, and Bruno.
If you're Bruno here and you check the turn here, I'd like to see him check river, and he does. Sal DeBerry here, after seeing 2 checks there by Bruno, has to feel confident that he has the best hand, and he does. Like to see something on the small side.
Careful of splashing the pot. In my house, I will splash the pot.
Whenever the
blank I want.
There you go.
All right, but we don't splash the pot here at the lodge. We're going to have to talk to Sal DeBerry. Sal DeBerry, just place your chips in there, baby. Don't splash it.
And this is a great bet by Sal DeBerry. You see Bruno in the tank here, mini blender, and he's reaching for calling chips, and he's going to pay this man off. So 80 buckaroos going to Sal DeBerry, and Sal DeBerry is going to take his first hand of the night all the way from Chicago. Says, about time I won a pot here at the lodge. Gives his buddy Felix a look. Says, I'm entitled to 1. Damon, give me those chips.
And Jonathan asked, what's a good amount to have to take a trip down there and play for a day? Jonathan, that's hard to answer. It's really up to you on what you want to play. Our 1-2 games play more like a 1-3, typical 1-3 in Vegas, and our 1-3 games here at the lodge, Jonathan, they play more like a 2-5 or even sometimes a 5-10. It's just really how you want to play. You don't have to take a lot of money with you, but it's really how you play and how you run. So don't want to really answer that question. Danny says, how about 350? Yeah, 350. Could buy in a 1-2 game for 300 max and sit down and get some chips and have a good old night. One thing I can't guarantee you. Can't guarantee you'll win. I can't guarantee you're going to be treated like a king and you're going to have some fun because our dealers are world class, our front staff is great, and our supervisors are great. And the players, everybody's here to have fun. Sure, everybody wants to make a little money, but just a great atmosphere.
And if you're at the same table as Rick, it's almost guaranteed that you'll go home a winner. And I'm talking about by dollar amounts. So.
Wow. Shots fired. Bang, bang. 40 is TJ. Actually, AC raises to 40 with the ladies. 89 people in the chat. And whether we get to 100 or not, by 10 o'clock, I'm going to tell this joke. So if we get to 100 before then, I'll tell it before then.
We'll get there. We're getting over 100 each and every week, growing. More viewers every other stream. So please send this link out to some friends and family. If you haven't done so already, post it in some poker chats. Like that button. We're a little bit low on our like count for tonight. We're usually a lot higher than that by now. So smash that like button for us. Get those YouTube algorithms working.
Really appreciate everybody watching. Here comes the flop.
Versus the Snowman once again.
Oh, right in the window. Sal DeBear heating up.
Okay, so AC. We saw our boy Justin last week run pretty bad, and now AC giving Justin a run for his money here. Top pair, over pair to the board. The ladies, Sal DeBear thinks middle set here. Let's see how he plays this one here. His demeanor, everything kind of looking the same as it has throughout the stream here. He's kind of taking his time here.
How great a feeling is it to hit the set? I mean, you just love it. He's reaching out. He's going to raise it up here. I would have liked a smooth call here. But he looks like he's got chips in hand.
I hope he doesn't go too high.
He does. He's going to put a lot in there. Again, he's going to.
That's pretty. What did he go to? 2 bills. So that's not bad.
200.
Putting AC to the test here, and so far Sal DeBear has a pretty aggressive image at this table. So the check raise to 200, I'm okay with. I would not have minded the smooth call there and kind of let AC see what happens on the turn, see if he fires. But then you run the risk of, an ace or a king kind of peeling off and kind of ruining your action. So the check raise here is charging the overpair.
Very connected board, too. This is straight. 9-10 is the nutties.
Could be worried about that for sure. If you're AC, you're definitely worried about the 9-10 here. Maybe worried about 7 or 8s, and he's leaning towards the laydown. As you see, usually when you hold the cards like that, those cards are going into the muck pretty soon after. So let's start the countdown, and then boom.
Good fold by AC, the young fella. Danny, never been to the lodge. Why don't you come by? It's a heck of a place to be. Open 24 hours a day. Exit 251 on I-35, Austin's largest poker room. And I'm going to say it. It's, with our dealers right now, the quality of our dealers, because so many rooms are shut down all across the country, we've got dealers from Vegas, dealers from Boston, Maryland, all the major casinos. They need to find work. And with so many of our supervisors coming from the Maryland area, it was just basically a freight train down here with some top quality dealers, and of course mix it in with some of the people who've been here since the lodge opened, and we've got a great staff. So you're gonna really like that part of it. 98 people in the chat.
Settle down, calm down.
Love playing at the lodge. People are donkeys. Hate playing at the lodge because people are donkeys. That's from Greg. Well, Greg, define donkeys.
We know what he means, Rick.
Ace.
That's the beauty of poker. You got to love the donkey. You got to hate the donkey. You got to embrace the donkey. You got to be kind to the donkey.
Bruno with pocket sevens, another pocket pair.
TJ big slick here. Usually plays his big slick kind of slow. Nemo here with going to juice this one up here. 3-betting his ace-10 off. On the button in position here, going to charge these weaker holdings. Scott shows with the Snowman, folds it. Bruno with 7s here. I think he's going to peel, go set money. Actually looking to see how much Nemo is playing behind. And right now, Bruno is the table boss.
Yes.
So
Bruno's not going anywhere.
I don't want to see him fold here. The way his kind of body language looks, he doesn't really look to be much of a believer in his 7s, and he might be leaning towards the fold button here, but he does.
Wow,
so
Bruno lets him go.
Kind of thought that was going to happen there, and I don't love it here, but TJ's not going anywhere. TJ rips it all in, so the back jam. And if you're Nemo, knowing how much TJ plays, and now TJ's more on the tight side, you can't love your ace-10 here. So he's probably going to have to ask for a count, see if he's priced in. If he's not, looks like TJ has a decent amount here. I think Nemo's going to let his ace-10 go, and it might be joke time.
Yeah, we were over 100, so we'll do it at the break here. And he's going to fold. So here's the joke of the night. We don't have a title sponsor yet. If you want to be the title sponsor, let us know. Joke of the night, a man is going out hunting for quail. He brings his gun out in the country, out south of Austin, and he sees the quail up in the air, and he takes an aim and shoots it. And the quail gets hit and falls to the earth and lands on a barn and falls to the ground. in a neighbor's yard. Well, the guy who shot the quail looks over the yard, looks around, decides to hop the fence to get the quail. As he's picking up the quail, the owner of the house comes out and says, "That's my quail. It's on my property." The guy says, "You got to be kidding. I just shot it. I'm just jumping the fence to pick it up." And the owner says, "As far as I'm concerned, it's my property. How are we going to settle this?" He says, "I got an idea," the owner says, "of the property. We'll settle it country style. We'll each take a chance and kick each other in the balls. And until somebody says, 'I give,' that's who will get the quail. I'll go first. I'll kick you first." So the hunter says, "Okay, it sounds weird, but go ahead. Give me your best shot." Hunter, the owner of the house, rears back and kicks him as hard as he can, right in the you-know-what. And the hunter goes to the ground on one knee, can't breathe, finds a way to get up. He says, "Okay, it's my turn." And the owner of this house says, "No, that's all right. You take the quail." Come on, folks. That is just golden stuff right there. There's your joke of the day.
That's not bad. I had it queued up, so I did give
Put
you
those crickets away.
I did give you a little chuckle, but I had it queued up. So for anybody at home that did not like that joke, I know you're waiting for the good old.
There's all clubs, Queen 6-3, and AC just smashes the flop with his flush. Let me know what you think about that joke, folks. Here comes the turn in ace of hearts, and Nemo has an ace, but you see AC locked it up on the flop. He's got a chance for a straight flush draw. He can't get any money in there. There's a 3 on the end on the river, pairs the board, and here comes AC. He puts $50 out there.
We'd like to see an AC put some money in on the turn, build a pot there with the ace and the queen there, especially multi-way, but checks the turn, gets a little bit of value on the river, but it could have been a much bigger pot. But AC, running bad so far, definitely deserves one and takes down a nice little pot. I think that's the biggest hit so far, Rick. So it took you a couple of months, a couple of streams.
Hey, it is difficult.
You might have gone deep into the jokes.com archives, but I think you found one that the people like. You got a little chuckle from Mikey. You got our loyal viewers here with some positive remarks. So,
and our viewership didn't go down. Last time it went down by 10 after I told it. I'm kidding. It did, actually. So we'll go to the next hand.
Pretty good.
Having a good time as we always do, Mikey. It's always fun when we're together.
Yeah, Rick, really enjoy working with you. We've been doing it about 30-plus streams going in.
Yeah.
Everyone here at the Lodge has been enjoying being on the stream. I've heard nothing but positive remarks. So we thank each and every one of our members and our loyal workers here, and even our fans from afar that tune in on Wednesdays and Saturdays to watch our show. So thank you all very much.
Absolutely. It would be a shame if nobody watched, and unfortunately for us, each stream has gotten a little bit more. And it looks like we've got a raise here from Josiah Esquire with his double nickels. Bruno will come along, splashing along with his ace-8 offsuit. What is your theory? What is your stance on ace-rag?
I'm not a big fan of ace-rag. Really have to be in some solid table position to be playing it. Maybe if I'm targeting some weaker opponents and I really want to put the heat on them, I'll like to play it, but usually you won't see me playing ace-rag when it gets to showdown, because I'll have those bad boys in the muck early on, or I'll be taking it down with a bet on the flop. But
that's one of my weaknesses. I play ace-rag way
it's
too
tough.
much.
A lot of people make mistakes with those type of hands there. So, and you also find yourself in a lot of difficult spots there when you actually bink that ace, and then what do?
Yeah.
So you can get into trouble there by playing a lot of ace-rag. So I tend to avoid those situations when I can, and the best way to do that is fold them pre.
Sal the Bear flops 2 pair. No, you can't play on the live stream tonight, but look at the bottom of the screen. You'll see how to get in touch with skullmikepoker@gmail.com. He is the guy that puts all the tables together. When people ask me, Rick, you're a commentator on the stream, get me on. I said, have nothing to do with it. Don't want to have anything to do with it. Talk to Mike. He'll get you on, though. Let me tell you, he will work his wonders if you get on. But here's the caveat. If you ask to get on and you don't show up on the night you're supposed to, you may not come back.
Yeah.
There's a 5. We got too many people interested. And didn't Esquire have pocket 5s? I think he would have binked a set on the turn.
Pretty spicy turn card here because now it gives Bruno the nut a flush draw here. Board's not paired here, so drawing towards the nuts. Saldabear slow playing top 2 here, fears the hearts, setting a little trap here. Hearts does not come. Let's see what Bruno elects to do here. Ace of hearts, pretty crucial card to have in this scenario. And Bruno's going to go for it, reaching for chips. I don't think it's going to get through. It's not big enough. $1.25. No way Saldabear is folding top 2 here the way he's been playing so far. I don't think he'll be raising, fearing the flush and possible straight that's out there, but there is no way that he's came all the way here to Round Rock, Texas, right off I-35 on a Wednesday night, table 11, under the bright lights.
Under the lights.
To be folding top 2 here, and no, he's thinking about it. We got a blender situation here, so little strawberries, some blueberries in here, maybe a little protein powder.
A little Castleberry.
Oh, yeah.
George Castleberry's in the chat.
You know what, the timing, Rick. The timing is on point tonight here. And Saldabear getting those calling chips ready. Bruno's going to see the bad news here. $1.25.
Damn.
Nope.
Buck and a squirt.
Taking his time here, and he makes the call. So a good call there by Saldabear. Bruno going for it, but not high enough.
Saldabear starting to make a move here, and look at Josiah Esquire going, guys, I had pocket 5s. I would have won that pot with my set.
Well, you can't win the pot unless you stay in it all the way until the end, so.
CJB 5005, yeah, you can come into the lodge 24 hours a day and give money to the cashier and get chips and come play. We're open 24 hours a day and literally 7 days a week, so there's not too many times when there isn't a game going. So, yes, you can come on right now, and we have a seat for you, not on the live stream, but at one of our cash tables, absolutely. Cumulative winnings, you saw on the stream.
Got 40-plus likes now, so thank you all for hitting that like button. If you haven't done so, smash it, step on it, pull it, twist it, bop it, whatever you got to do.
And if you're going to like it, subscribe. Why not?
Yeah.
Don't cost nothing.
Don't cost nothing, won't be nothing, but Rick and I will be here every Wednesday and Saturday.
We'll try.
For some awesome poker. Saturday night, pumped up for Saturday.
We might have a few guest appearances because, you know, me and you, we can't do them all. So far it's worked out, but I know you're a busy guy. You actually work for a living. And so, you know, you might be out of town one night. I may not be able to do it through my business, so we're going to have some other folks.
We might have some fill-ins in the booth from time to time, but so far we've been able to do our duties here and provide some joint entertainment, but we'll see what happens in the future.
Queen 988. CJB, if you really are going to head this way, tell the fine lady up front that you came in from the live stream, and tell them that Rick will give you 1 hour free play tonight. So tell the front lady, if you really are coming in to the lodge and sign up, we'll give you your first hour, and it'll be on Rick and the live poker night at the lodge. So if you really are, CJ. $22 is the bet from Saldabear. And he's going to take it down. Saldabear is starting to heat up, Mikey.
Yeah. He's pretty sticky early on. He wants to get involved in these pots. Was not really connecting on any flop, turn, or river, but starting to put together a couple nice hands here and building a little bit of a stack there in seat 4.
See the poker room you see on the left there. Those are some cash tables, 1, 2, and up at the top of the screen you can barely see them, but that's our 1-3 table tonight. I know Mikey was on that table just a few hours ago.
Yeah, I had a good day. I had a rough week so far, but I had a good day today at the table. I have pocket kings in a bomb pot today.
I saw you take that down.
There was a king on one board on the turn, and there was another king on another board on the river. So a little scoop skis for Mikey. Took down a big one and scalped a few customers on the same hand there with set.
Looks like the bet from Scotcho is going to take down the blinds.
TJ showing the ace there. I don't like showing that. It's only 15 bucks there. You're in the big blind and you're showing that you're folding an ace. So that just opens the door for people in late position to be raising your blinds on a pretty consistent basis if you're not willing to defend an ace in the blinds there. But nonetheless, folds it, shows it. Queen Jack so pretty pre-flop there, but in reality it's behind the ace high of TJ, so is what it is.
Jonathan Ramos tuning in from Michigan, Michigander.
If you do it all 5 times, you can also do one-time deal appreciation.
Heard there's another snowstorm working its way across the country. A double hitter. I know they just had one, and it's working its back way. It's we don't get it. We had some snow a couple weeks ago, though, Mike. It actually stayed on the ground.
Yeah, that was nice. Nice little mix of change of pace there for the day. Kind of enjoyed it, but today, as we're February 3rd, it was about 75 degrees and sunny, beautiful day here in the Round Rock area.
Yeah. Bruno on the button will make it 15. Sal DeBear with his Jack 10 suited. Nice playable hand. We'll go to the flop. Heads up. These two have really gone to town against each other. Queen Deuce 3, 2 clubs. And Sal DeBear kind of smashes that flop. He has 9 outs. Bruno's still ahead with his ace and the wheel draw.
So these two players here, 2 and 4, have been butting heads pretty consistently so far, and pretty frequently in the past, 45 minutes. And we have another situation here brewing as Sal DeBear calls the bet from Bruno, and we're going to take a turn.
Damon will give us that turn. There's the 8 of spades. So now there's a straight draw, a few more outs. Now 11 outs for Sal DeBear.
Ace high still in lead, but nobody can really be too confident in their holdings as it goes check, check.
3 is not one of the outs, and Bruno's going to win this pot with his ace if he stays in.
So let's see how Sal DeBear, he's first to act here in the blinds. The door is open now. It was checked on the turn by Bruno. You have missed yourself. Would have liked Sal DeBear to fire out a little bet there. Try and rep a 3 perhaps. He's in the big blind, or 2. So Sal DeBear fires out a bet there. Bruno's going to go bye-bye, but Sal DeBear elects to check, and ace high is good for 70 bucks. So a little misstep there by Sal DeBear. Sometimes when you're in there chasing draws and you miss, you got to think, will my opponent fold to a bet? Yeah. And in that situation, the answer was yes. But elects to check it down, and you can't win many pots with Jack high when it gets to showdown.
Lodge Poker Club, title sponsor of Poker Night at the Lodge, is America's Card Room. If you play online, give them a chance at your action. If you play in person, we hope you call the Lodge your home. I guarantee you will have a good time. Looks like we've got a $6 straddle from Nemo. Chi-Town Cat will fold. AC will fold, as does Scotcho. King 8 suited from Josiah Esquire. He's going to raise it up. That's kind of his typical raise there. He loves that $21 bet. We'll have to ask him about that.
Might be a blackjack player. Who knows? I like mixing up my raise sizes there. Sometimes throwing in some pretty awkward amounts just to kind of keep my opponents guessing and a little bit off guard there. But 22, what does 22 mean? 23? Yeah. Last time you bet 17, like, well, you just start thinking, what's going on here? And get a little confused, and you might make a mistake. So
Sal DeBear with his Taylor Swift hand. 22, you like that? Taylor Swift song? Are you a Swiftie? I'm a Swiftie.
That one flew over my head.
All right.
Caught me a little off guard there with Swiftie comment there, a little 22, but we'll accept it. We'll take it.
There's a big raise from John, who 3-bets to 110 with ace-jack. John has not been involved in too many pots. Is he wearing 2 sets of glasses? He's got his sunglasses over his...
I don't know. It's the mask. He's got, the double strap mask. I think it's just one set of sunglasses.
I don't know. Let's look. No, he's wearing double glasses.
So he's got his regular glasses. Oh, Yeah.
That's how you know you're serious. 110 is the bet.
TJ with 9s here.
TJ ain't going anywhere before flop.
Not quite sure. TJ plays pretty snug.
He went all in the first hand of the night.
7 high like a boss, and he's leaning towards the fold. These cards are going in the muck. They're going in the muck. Once you do that, you lift them, you show your opponent. Bruno says, I'm not too interested in there. And he sends, yeah, so the aggression there gets through.
What's your feeling on deuces? Going set mining here.
I would like to had some more money in the pot there once TJ makes the call. Then you can really go mining and getting a good price to spike a deuce. But when the action comes all the way around and John's been rather quiet, you know, that raise is pretty strong and you're not really too confident in your deuces there. But gets it through there, the aggressive play, 3-bet to 110. Everybody sends the cards into the muck.
Jakey Stein, tell us, what do you want us to fact check? The pot plant thing? What is the pot plant thing?
No, it's not Jake. It's somebody else. That was a different player. Jake?
Okay.
Jake blacks out from time to time.
All right.
Anyone that he sees that he thinks he's played with from time to time, he'll think there's a doppelganger or it's the same person, and he's way off.
Okay.
9 times out of 10. Like one time we were playing with Matt Berkey one time, and then a couple weeks later, some random bald short dude. It's like, that's got to be Matt Berkey again, and he wasn't even close. So he's pulling another one here, another little stunt from Jake Stein here. Might be having a little bit too much tequila on the couch or something.
Wow.
But
on a Wednesday night.
yeah, who knows?
Jakey Stein, we hope to see you this weekend, as we'll be back out here on the live stream starting at 8 o'clock on Saturday night. Folks, set your calendars. Buckle up, because this is going to be our largest live stream ever. We've never done a 5-10 uncapped game before, Mike. We've done a 5-5.
The standard has been 5-5, but we're juicing it up, making it a little bit more special for the meetup game. 5-10. List is long, so be sure if you're going to be home, or even if you're out, in-laws' house, friend's house, who knows, you got access to a tablet, the phone. Tune on in, 8 o'clock Central Time. There's going to be tons and tons of action and very large pots. So if you're a fan of large pots, you got to tune into the channel.
I'm wondering how we're going to keep you in here.
Yeah.
How are you not playing, Mike? Seriously.
I might tune in. I might pop in from time to time. Maybe I'll play the first half hour or hour.
All right.
And we can kind of do what we did last week, where we can kind of commentate on a couple hands that I've played.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Kind of run the risk, though, if I run hot there and I don't want to, pull a hit and run, or if I get felted, I don't want to come in the booth pissed off or something like that. But we'll see. We'll see. I know we're going to have more bigger games in the future as well, so it's not going to be a one and done here. We're streaming every Saturday and Wednesday. Saturday is usually our larger game, or the special tournaments that we run here at the Lodge, Art of Poker, Big One re-entry, especially that 200K coming up. So we're always mixing it up here on the stream, but Wednesday and Saturday night, you're guaranteed for good entertainment. And we got Ace-Queen on Ace-Queen action here in Chi-Town Cat. Rips it in, so
Chi-Town Cat, he's been known to do this.
When you're not quite sure what to do, just rip it on in there and hope for the best, and that's what Chi-Town Cat's doing.
I mean,
and
the pot was $40 to win.
Yeah, he's a certified squeezer for sure.
I mean,
a serial squeezer, the Chi-Town Cat.
This is squeezing orange juice in the morning. I mean, come on. He loves to squeeze.
And then, John and Chi-Town Cat, they don't have much experience with each other. So, like, Chi-Town Cat thinking, oh, man, I'm just going to take it down right here. And then John's saying, well, this smells like Ace-King. Maybe I'm crushed. And he lays down the same hand, and the squeeze works again. So the fresh squeeze, no pulp, he says. No pulp, please.
Get another sip of White Claw. White Claw Wednesday, presented by Chi-Town Cat, with the squeeze. Trying to get some airtime. He was the star of the show a couple episodes ago when he made that all-in $600 bet with Queen Jack of spades.
John, we're located in Round Rock, Texas. We're about 15 minutes north of Austin.
Yeah. Austin, Texas. Round Rock, Texas, which is literally where we're sitting. If you take your car and drive 15 minutes to the south, you will hit downtown Austin, Texas, the 11th largest city in the United States. Believe it or not, yes it is. Moving up, probably in the next 10 years it'll be in the top 10. It just, people move here because it's such a great place to live. But enough already. Close the gate. Austin is full. Don't come here.
Unless you want to play poker.
Unless you want to play, visit and play
Yeah,
poker,
you can visit
but
and
don't
play
live
poker.
here.
That's allowed. Hopefully you don't win a lot of money and then leave town. Preferably you come and spray.
Yeah.
Chi-Town Cat, the queens, the ladies' man, they're sticking to him on that side of the table. And Scotcho with the suited ace-queen here, so could have some fireworks here brewing. TJ, I think this pot might get a little too big for TJ the way he's been playing so far, so we shall see. And we got a
here
juicer.
comes the raise.
Yeah, so a little mini juice from the 9 seat. You know the Chi-Town Cat's going to be going nowhere here. Let's see how spicy TJ wants to get. Little mild, extra hot.
He folded pocket 9s to a smaller bet.
And yeah, so
He's going to fold his pocket 6s over to Sal the Bear. He's going to fold his 6, fold, and back over to Mr. Squeeze Man. It's a lot different when somebody raises you. Looks like he's going to, he doesn't have raising chips out there.
just doing a little inventory check here, eyeing the stack of Scotcho, trying to get a little read. Might elect just to rip it all in, no, but he actually wants to set a little trap for the man.
So they'll
Ace
go to
he
the
folds.
flop.
We're going to go heads up.
Ace Queen versus Pocket Queens. Chi-Town Cat looking to win his second pot in a row. Here comes the
I
flop.
think he did a dark check there. And
Scotcho with a straight drop.
he did. He checked in dark here, and Scotcho reaching for chips here. So now Chi-Town Cat has to fear, the ace-kings, the aces, jacks, or now have you be here. So not the greatest flop for queens.
65.
And let's see how he wants to play this here. See, he doesn't look too happy.
Wow.
Face up, folds the queens. And he shows him the queens were good, ace high. So getting a little bit steamy. Trying to steam up the cat, perhaps. And if you steam up the cat, he might just go blast off for 600. So.
Chi-Town Cat doesn't like to be the one under the steam. He likes to put the steam on someone else.
Got the table again as he reaches for a White Claw there. So the White Claw's flowing a little bit quicker, thinning the blood a little bit, and let's see how the cat, how he reacts to getting bluffed there by the ace high from Scotcho in seat 9. So
John says he's coming to play at a different club here in Austin. That's fine. We like all the clubs here in Austin. We're just the largest and the friendliest, and but go and play. We encourage it, but we know you'll be back if you play at the lodge one time. You'll be back a second time for sure.
And Dog saying some people play tight. You never quite know what you're going to get here. We kind of have a mix of some tighter players, some action players, where we try to kind of have a little bit of an even mix and see how these people react to each other here. But we definitely like action just as much as you do. And when I set these games up in the future, I'm going to be more favorable to our action players than our nittier players. So
yeah, no nits.
So we'll see how we adjust the lineups moving forward here. But still, Wednesday night, 9:45, another hour and 15 or so minutes left on tonight's stream. It's been a good show so far. Thank you all for joining us. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel, and do not miss out on Saturday's game. If you're one for action, that's the game you're going to want to see 100%.
And let me tell you, in this room right now, there's as much action as all you can eat in action, Ben Dog. So come on down. We'd love to have you, but I guarantee you, leaving the lodge and saying there's no action in that place has never been uttered in the history of people leaving the lodge. But here we go to Bruno. He's cooled off a little bit. since his hot start. Over to Sal DeBear with ace deuce, 8 deuce, he'll fold, as does John. Over to Nemo with ace 10, he'll raise it up, kick it up a little notch, makes it 15. Chi-Town Cat calls, AC folds, as does Scotcho. Back over to Josiah Esquire with his 6-4 offsuit. Looks like he's carving out some raising chips. He's trying to make something happen here. Looks like he's going to make it 70. Nemo will fold, as does Chi-Town Cat, and Josiah Esquire, nice little squeeze play.
$20 gets you 10,000 chips. You can do it 5 times. If you do it 5 times, you can also do it 1 time.
We'll go on to the next one.
5,000 chips.
Damon in the box. World class hot dog eater. You've learned a lot of things tonight. You've learned that the Lodge has a dealer that was on ESPN's Coney Island hot dog eating contest. You've learned that Austin is the 11th largest city in the United States. And you've learned that Nemo likes to play 6-3 offsuit.
And if you learn if you shoot quail and you can kick your neighbor in the balls hard enough, you're going to walk away with the prize.
Yes, that's okay. Quail's yours.
So
come on,
that's
now.
what I learned.
That's
tonight.
just a good. That's just a good joke. I know it's going to be told tomorrow by lots of people who were.
It might be told in a house or two.
All right, Bruno's going to come along, as does TJ with ace queen suited. Lots of players with aces. Chi-Town Cat with hearts. There's a jack 8, and Chi-Town Cat flops 2 pair.
TJ with the nut flush draw here and overs, so this is definitely going to be action here, and TJ's going to lead out for 20.
And Chi-Town Cat going for raising chips. Looks like he's going to make it.
I don't see any way that the chips do not get in here, so
Looks like he's going to make
I
it.
think this is going to thin out the field here. The action's going to be back on TJ, and TJ cannot fold this.
55.
Might elect to just kind of smooth call. I would kind of prefer that he re-raises and let's just get the chips in now, take the gloves off, and dance. Play for it all.
Straight draw for both.
Yeah.
Josiah Esquire and
Once
Bruno.
there's a raise and a 3-bet here that thins the field now. Action back on TJ as you see him eyeing down the Chi-Town Cat. One end of the table to the other. Seat 3 versus seat 7. Folding is not an option here, TJ. Not an option here, TJ. Folding is not an option. Raise.
He's got 9 outs. He's going to call.
Yeah, but still a pretty juicy flop there. You can either raise it or smooth call it.
Chi-Town Cat with 2 pair right now.
Kind of hard to put your opponent on 2 pair there. Maybe 8s and 7s, but the Jack 8, not very connected. Kind of a strange holding. Probably think you might even have more outs than you actually do. Still drawing towards the nuts here, and let's see the Chi-Town Cat really put TJ in the blender here with the large size raise, and he does. All you can eat, baby, it looks like. No, he did not go all in. We don't see the placard there. I thought he did, but he only goes for 100 buckaroos.
Yeah.
So, decent size, trying to wheel him in. TJ perplexed.
TJ's probably getting about what he needs to do. Maybe a little less. He's 30% to win, and he puts in 100 to win 300.
Again here, you're probably definitely putting Felix on a jack at this point, but 2 pair tough. I wouldn't be really putting Felix on a set. I don't think that's the line. It's possible, but I would tend to be, thinking I'm up against, maybe an ace-jack, king-jack type of holding. You're really up against 2 pair now, less equity than you have here. You have a decision to make here, and I'd be willing to gamble. We're on the stream.
He asked how much Chi-Town Cat had, and the dealer told him, so now he knows that information, had behind him.
I think TJ's going to be folding here. You see at this time, you take all this time there, you're rubbing the sweat off your forehead there. You know, we're talking White Claws here. The Cat's very confident in his holding, trying to induce a call. We got a crowd building here on this hand from the outskirts of the rail. TJ's got to make up his mind here, though, and he's giving a lot away in his body language here by taking this time here. It's pretty obvious he's on the draw. You want to gamble or not? You know, Chi-Town Cat's not folding here. Don't think you have enough fold equity, bluff equity to, you know, get him off of his holdings, and he lays it down. No rabbit hunting, we'll never know. But as you see there, the Chi-Town Cat in really good shape there at 70-30. But TJ definitely had outs, drawing towards the nuts, and TJ's been playing on the tighter side all stream so far, and the other players seem to be taking advantage of that and using a lot of their aggression and charging those draws.
Steven Reisman, our #1 viewer, been with us since show #1 in the chat tonight. Out there on Long Island,
South Carolina.
Actually, is he?
Yeah, they retired down in South Carolina a couple of years ago.
Where in South Carolina? Charleston?
Bluffton, right outside of Hilton Head.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
Must be nice. We'll go to the next hand. Yes, I believe Chi-Town Cat does know Kenna James personally, one of the poker pros, because last time he came to town, he showed him around. $15. Chi-Town Cat starting to heat up, won a few pots. Here comes the re-raise from our man Scotcho with Big Slick offsuit. Ace King versus King Deuce suited. Chi-Town Cat puts his sunglasses on.
Got to put his shades back on. No one can look deep into the eyes of the Chi-Town Cat.
Yeah, we'll tell you, John, at the break what the tourney is. We have 2 every day, but we'll tell you about that in a minute. 6 deuce 9, 2 hearts, as Chi-Town Cat does hit his deuce.
Running good for the Chi-Town Cat here. Outflops Big Slick. Also backdoor spades. Goes check, check, and we'll see a turn.
There's the 3 of hearts, and now Scotcho with the heart draw.
I have a subtle one, not the crazy diamond.
Cat checks. Action back on Scotcho, and he's going to check no longer there with the backdoor heart draw and overs here. Going to try and take this pot down right now. Let's see what sizing he comes with. Looks to be about 55. Or just 50.
Looks like a quick call. Looks like it's 60. 60 is the bet. Call by Chi-Town Cat.
Chi-Town Cat not messing around there, not really believing what Scotcho's holding there. A quick call there with deuces, so let's see how Scotcho reacts there. So he has completely whiffed. The deuces are still good. I believe the Cat will check instantly, and does Scotcho want to go for it here? He's got a decision to make. Pot over 200 here if he wants to take this down. I think he might have to go with something along the lines of $170. Does not, checks it down, and the deuces are good. A little fist pump for the Cat there. Glasses off, stands up, you know,
some White Claw.
touches his butt, twirls around here, sits back down in the chair, trying to probably imitate maybe a little Jake Stein. When Jake Stein wins a hand, he gets up, does a little dance, does a little twirl.
John, the limits on Saturday's meetup game will be 5-10 uncapped. We've already got a pre-warning from a couple of players that they're buying in for 10K. So this will be 5-10 uncapped on Saturday night live stream. And with regards to the tournaments, we run 2 tournaments at least every day, an afternoon tournament and an evening tournament. Some big ones coming up in February. On the 20th, you'll have the Art of Poker. Always a huge tournament. That will be on Saturday the 20th. And then the following week, the 25th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, we have the World Texas Championship. We're guaranteeing, folks, listen to this, we're guaranteeing a prize pool of $200,000. It'll go way over that. There's 3 day ones, and then day 2 will finish out on the 28th of February. What a way to end the month. Somebody's going to walk away with, we believe, Mikey and I are predicting over 60.
Over 60 for sure. Thanks for joining us again, Lily. You tuned in last week watching Bruno all the way from Florida. He's been crushing it again. John, appreciate those kind words. Thank you for tuning in. And Stevie, I believe I got to give our boy Slick Rick some credit when credit is due. I think it was his best joke to date.
Wow.
So if you missed it, you're going to have to scroll back. You can always watch the stream from the beginning. Tune in. It probably happened about a half hour or so ago. So tune into the middle of the stream and you can catch that on the rewind.
All in, 10s versus jacks. Hey, and by the way, this is a jackpot table, jackpot tournament.
Yeah, this is
a
a
bad
hand.
beat.
It's in play here. So it's quads, 10s need to be beat. And we have options here as Nemo gets there, but we don't. It's not going to jackpot potential.
Jackpot.
But still the 10s outflop the jacks, and AC has been running so bad. But whoa, I take that
there's
back.
The straight.
I take that back. So justice when justice is due. The suck out and then the resuck.
Yes.
And AC gets there and doubles up. It was due. He's been running bad earlier on, and that would have just been brutal losing that hand, being outflopped by the set of 10s there. But Nemo takes a little bit of a dent, but he's been running so hot all week, winning tournament after tournament, dabbles in a little bit of some sports. He's been winning on that end as well. He's been winning on the cash table, so I don't feel that bad for our boy Nemo, but still Nemo a great guy there and takes a little bit of a hit.
I think he just won the Sunday tournament, which we are going to do a voiceover.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's right. So there's your cumulative winnings tonight. Which vlogger's doing the meetup game? We've got the Poker Traveler and E. That's on Saturday. It's going to be a big one, folks. I'm truly excited to be part of that broadcast. It's going to be fun to see a game like that, and we'll have some fun with it.
Yeah, Danny's talking about one of our previous streams too, The Art of Poker Heads Up, and we streamed that table live. Our big tournaments will be streaming live, and we didn't start streaming until about 11 o'clock that night, and we didn't end until about 3:30. So there's no chops, no deals, and that was a high-quality, high-skilled heads-up battle.
We had 125 people at 3:30 in the morning in our live chat.
Yeah, that was entertaining for sure.
Of course, a lot of people were probably just getting home from their session and found out there's more poker to be watched. So we got a $30 bet.
So AC just downed the pair of 10s of Nemo's and then wakes up with the 10s of his own on the next hand. And Saldabear with the speed limit 55s.
Yep.
He'll make the call. He's not afraid to call here and go set mining. Small blind there makes the call.
He has got that flick where he puts his chips in.
And I like John's game here. I don't know much about John. John came from out of town here, but you've seen him 3-bet his suited ace jacks in early position. He juiced it up to about 110 earlier on in the stream. Took down a pot here, but playing a nice little balanced range here, mixing up his moves here with kind of similar holdings there. Pumps the brakes on the ace jack here, whiffs, but sometimes they'll play aggressive, sometimes they'll play passive, and that's kind of good to have that balanced range to always keep your opponents guessing here as Nemo outflops the 10s from AC here in Bink's top pair.
Nemo, who just pulled out some chips from his pocket to reload, hits top pair, 150 in the skillet already. It checks around. We'll go to the turn. Ace on the turn, and John now hits his ace. Nemo's king shrivels up.
Don't love the check there by John, especially multi-way here, trying to induce a bet, and we'll get it from the last act here. Let's see how John plays this here.
Looks like
if he does a check raise here, then this was his plan all along, to induce that bet from late position and then punish them. Let's see.
Josiah Esquire.
Saldabear taking his time on each decision there, so it's an easy full there, but trying to keep things consistent. Don't mind that. And
quick call. John.
So not going anywhere.
Heads up now, going to the river. And Josiah, all he can do is bet to win, because he ain't winning with 7 high. There's the queen. So it's up to John, her first to act.
He's going to check there. It's a great check.
How much does he have to bet here?
Well, he's trying to rep the ace, obviously. He fired out that turn here. So 7 high, you know, is not winning. So props to C1 for going for this, trying to keep that story consistent. And I do like the sizing.
210.
But the way John seems pretty locked in right now. I don't see him folding the winner here.
It's almost for you know, half of John's
You know, the way this
chips.
action has gone, it's unlikely that Josiah's holding, you know, an ace-king, ace-queen type of hand there because he didn't really juice it up pre-flop. So John's ace-jack beats that. Maybe he's worried about an ace-4, ace-9 type of hand here. Who knows? He beats those busted heart draws. Obviously, Jack-10 got there, but would he be betting? I don't know. He does make that call.
Wow,
there. So a great call there. He was going both ways. It was a good bet there by C1 there. A great sizing. You had John in the blunder there, going back and forth. Am I good? Am I not? Maybe could have gone 250, but still the 210 was good enough there, and just a good call there by John, and takes down a nice pot.
He found the call there.
Good call. I would have been calling that too.
That was good poker all around.
Yep. 10 o'clock here, Central Standard Time.
Yeah.
We're going to be going for another hour. Every Wednesday, Saturday night, we start at 8 o'clock here. So whether you're tuning in from the East Coast, West Coast, the North Pole, Antarctica, Peru, Russia with Putin and his buddies, we don't care. Thank you all for joining us. You know where to find us on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Go on to the next one. AC folds, that's the Scotcho. Josiah looks down at 5 deuce suited in middle position. Here comes Bruno with 9-10 suited. Makes it 6. Sal DeBear will fold, as does John. Back over to the blinds now. Wonder if that was a straddle by Chi-Town Cat, but it doesn't matter because Nemo's going to raise it to 30.
I missed it, Rick. I'm going for my handy dandy phone battery here.
Your phone always runs out of juice.
Yep.
I suggest an iPhone.
It is an iPhone.
Oh, I suggest
It's a relatively
newer
new one. But I've been here for all day, sir.
I know. 10-3-3, and Bruno flops 2 pair, as does Nemo. Nemo with the better kicker. Nemo's going to put in a black one. That's $100 US, folks.
A Hyundai, a Franklin, and he's doing that with the best holding here. That's going to put Bruno in a tough spot here with 2 pair, and the Chi-Town Cat.
125. I believe it must have been 125 because Chi-Town.
No, he bet 50, so he put in a black chip but announced 50.
Okay.
And the Chi-Town Cat raising it up here, so let's see.
Makes it a buck and a squirt.
Let's see what happens here. Pretty interesting line from the Cat. Repping perhaps a 3, but in late position. That story doesn't make much sense, and Nemo's a good enough player to sniff that out. Maybe an ace-3. Maybe an ace-10 type of hand here, but when you're holding king-10 of hearts on that type of board, you got to peel that bet size in here and at least see a turn. Jack, not really good for anybody here, but if you're Chi-Town Cat and you raise that flop with 6-5, you got to have plans of firing on the turn and definitely firing river. And good on him for firing another bet. So he's all in on this one, not all in with his chips, but all in by continuing to bet. He's committed to keep firing.
Nemo on the shoulder, and Nemo says,
"I'm gonna
get away from me.
I'm gonna pot, dude. I'm getting check raised. Leave me alone." But you know he's not bothered by that. It's pretty much of a snap call there. Calls the 125 here, and the sweat building on the Cat's forehead here. We might need a White Claw, a towel, who knows? But he's drawing dead as you see here, so it's gonna take a big bet on the river.
Clean up on table 7.
It's gonna take a big bet here to push Nemo up, but he only has about 200 behind, and this pot's 600, so he's priced in here. So good on Felix for not going for it on the river there, because it wasn't going to get through, and Nemo takes it down with the 10. So good hand, Nemo. You see Nemo giving the Cat a look, saying, "What are you trying to do there? What are you up to? You can't push around the fish here. It's like a cat trying to eat a little goldfish." Nemo wins that battle. And Felix is going to have to regroup before we take another hand.
Chi-Town Cat, got to give him credit for being a little creative. Sometimes the creativity gets smashed down like a little cockroach.
Yep. Yep. Can't fault the effort there, but once Nemo calls that turn and you get him priced into that pot, drawing dead, you don't really, you can't, not the best spot there, but we like the heart by the cat.
Oh, absolutely. The heart is influenced by the White Claw that he's putting into his veins. Rick Epstein along with Mike the Skull Reisman here on Poker Night at the Lodge, live stream edition, presented by America's Card Room. Thank you to America's Card Room. Here's the raise up from Josiah Esquire with 6-3 suited. That's Nemo's hand. Well, let's just call it Nemo's hand.
Yeah, that is the Nemo here, but
that is the Nemo.
Let's see. Let's see. He's thinking about it. So Nemo says, you can't play my 6-3. I'm going to one-up you and play the 7 Dewey. So these guys getting creative here as we approach, or we are in our final hour of the stream here on Wednesday. And the Chi-Town Cat, was that just called? I thought he was raising it.
Yeah,
so he makes the call here. So we're going to go to a flop 4-way with a lot of Garbo, minus these couple suited connectors here of TJ. But this is a pretty much Garbo multi-way pot here, 4-way. And let's see what we get.
Queen, Deuce, King, 2 hard. Chi-Town Cat with the flush draw.
Same
as
with
well
Josiah here.
Josiah.
So that's what you wanted to see here. And let's see how spicy Nemo wants to get with bottom pair. Nemo bets $5 with a little bit of a blocker bet, and Chi-Town Cat says, I'll have it. None of that. Thank you very much. $30 is the new wager. And Josiah, if he's opening the action here with 6-3 and he flops 2 hearts, he's not going anywhere. He didn't play 6-3 of hearts to fold on the flop when 2 hearts get there.
Heart comes here, fireworks
blast
city.
Off. Yeah, we're going to go blast off through the ceiling, get on our little rocket ship, and we're going to go to the stars for sure.
Damon, give us a heart, baby. Nope.
Not.
There's a 6, though. There's Josiah now.
So now you can get even more equity, and the 6 is good right now. So pair of 6s are good. Little does he know, still 3 players in this pot.
Nemo's story is trying to win. We aren't playing 7 deuce. If you win, then you get money from players. So he's going to fold over to Chi-Town Cat.
Nemo escapes.
Chi-Town Cat not much behind. If he calls us 80, he might as well put it all in because he's probably got 150 behind.
Yeah, you're committing your whole stack here. Absolutely.
Oh, I didn't see the greens behind, but still, it's not much more. Makes the call.
So it has a lot of outs. Heart, jack, or an 8.
10 outs you see on the screen.
Way more outs than he probably thinks. But the ace of diamonds not one of them, and a pair of 6s will win this pot. And it goes checks, check. Oh, yeah, he fires it, so.
All in. And that's how you play 6-3 suited, folks.
Good on Josiah there for ripping that in here. Didn't really believe his 6 was good. And fires that to try and get Chi-Town Cat to fold there. But obviously when you have that busted draw of hearts, you can't call anyways. But the 6 turned into a bluff, and you're in a good game when the best hand is turning itself into a bluff. And that's what just happened on that last hand here as we take a look at our winnings so far from the night.
Josiah Esquire's hair is not moving an inch. If he went into a driving rainstorm with 400-mile-an-hour winds, that hair is not moving anywhere, Mikey.
Wow, 400-mile-an-hour winds. You're giving that product a lot of credit here. You might need to get
it's rated 7.9.
We might need to get sponsored by L'Oreal next week. We might need to have, give them a buzz next week. Be our sponsor for Wednesday night poker at the Lodge, table 11.
I like it. Josiah Esquire wearing the sport coat, classing up the joint here. We don't see too many sport coats in the Lodge.
Only hoodies, sunglasses, backpacks.
Do you even own a sport coat, Mikey?
Oh, you know what?
Do you dress for work in business attire?
Of course. No, not anymore.
Right.
I used to.
Okay.
But I own
because I know you have a real job.
What do you think about this little pretty guy there?
Oh, wow. There you go.
See?
You got a little wear a bow tie, huh?
Look at this. We got some of those. Couple.
All right.
I got you a little slideshow right here to look. So see,
All right.
give me a little bit of credit, Rick.
You do own a suit,
Oh,
okay.
Clean up nice.
Because all I see you in is hoodies and sunglasses. Looks like we've got a raise from Chi-Town Cat with 9.6 offsuit. It's an all-in raise of 130. Josiah Esquire with pocket fours, 115 to call.
So the Cat has had enough. He's going for one of his signature squeezes. No pulp. No pulp.
Cat has had 8 lives tonight. This may be his 9th.
Yeah, we might need to be calling the chip runner. We might need chips to seat 7 ASAP here. And seat 1 not having none of it here. You know seat 1's going to be getting the invite back here when he makes this call, making some moves with 6-3. I like his style. As you mentioned here, bringing a little bit of class to the lodge here, coming in looking sharp, probably fresh from work today.
He's going to make the call.
And he's going to make that call for 130 there. Pair of fours going sailing.
TJ with Jack 10 suited. Sal DeBear with pocket threes. So you got threes, fours. And then you got Nemo behind Sal DeBear with the ace-4 suited on the button.
And you see Chi-Town Cat already getting up. Doesn't not much of a believer here, trying to find out the chip runner in the room. 9 and 6 still alive though.
So now it's heads up. Pocket fours versus 9-6.
So we're racing. So the Cat likes to see that. Feeling a little bit of better that he might have a chance here.
9-8 king. Straight draw now. There's the 7. Chi-Town Cat hits his straight.
So every time the Cat loses his mind, he pinks you straight on the turn. You recall last week, the Queen Jack of Spades, $600 squeeze. Now when he's almost going Barocco here with a $130 behind, just rips it all in and says, let's see what happens. Boom, hits the straight again. So better to be lucky than good. And the Cat with a full double up there and seat 1 sick to his stomach.
Say what you want about Chi-Town Cat. His hands are always pretty exciting. Ben Dog says that one of the players had Jack 10 suited. I believe that was John, maybe TJ had Jack 10 suited. He says he makes that call all day long. I like Jack 10 suited.
Yeah, it's just a little bit tougher when you play these lower level games, because you always got to keep in mind your opponent's stack depth. So it's a little bit tricky to maneuver, and especially when you have a player jam his whole stack and then get called, the Jack 10 suited kind of shrivels up there. So it looks pretty. I know it's tough to fold, but sometimes it's best to send those bad boys to bed a little early and not have them stay up, past their bedtime.
People like playing Jack 10 suited. Super System said a lot about that hand. It's one of the books that most card players read, Doyle Brunson's Super System. Like the suited connectors, and of course Jack 10 makes more nut straights than any other 2 cards. The Jack 10.
I've never read a single poker book.
Never?
Nope.
Wow.
I've dabbled in a couple pages here and there.
You've written a few.
I've never completed, sorry. So I've taken a sneak peek in a couple books, but I've never finished an entire poker book.
3-4.
Chi-Town Cat heating up there. So the Donk 9-6 shove play getting rewarded here, and now he's got a little bit more chips to put to work. And he's got bottom 2. Let's see if he's going to get much action here. Scott Shaw with a pair of 7s. But you have Josiah here betting 35. On the button in position, looks to be raising.
Makes it 70. And Scotcho will leave with his pocket 7s. And Josiah Esquire wondering what the heck has gone on here.
I don't think he's going to have to continue. You just got min clicked here, so it's kind of always a little bit tough. You always feel a little sick to your stomach when you get min clicked. You're like, oh, you don't want to lay it down because then it's obviously you're bluffing, so you might be induced just to peel and try and bink a 10 or a king, and if he does, he's going to be even digging himself a deeper hole here. But again, the min click, sometimes tricky, and the pride takes over, and you don't want to fold it. And he's got calling chips in his hand, but then thinks better of himself and makes the fold. So the brain over ego there, and Chi-Town Cat no action with 3-4. He kind of wants to show it, though I want to show it, and now I'll just send it to the mug and stack my chips.
Yeah. Come on.
We'll pull a chair for you.
We'll go on to the next one.
80% V-chip, I'll give you my seat.
Josiah, welcome to the lodge, says Zane Lewis. Josiah's been a solid player tonight. Every player has been pretty solid. Nobody's really getting too out of line.
Minus the cat a couple times while Nemo's been playing the 6-3. We saw Josiah mix it up with 7-2. So these people have been active. You know, we had a couple people in the chat complaining that it was a little bit of too tight. Some players have been playing a little bit tight, but some players have been mixing it up here. You know, 3-hour stream. They want to put on a show for their friends, family, and fans in the chat. So sometimes, you know, you're not always going to get dealt the heaters in the best possible hands there. You got to maneuver through some tricky spots, fire in a couple bets when you don't have it. And those players are usually the ones that are the most profitable at the end of the day.
So now, Chi-Town Cat makes the call, and because the button folds, he's now got the best position, but a raise from Scotcho, $65. Call by Nemo and Chi-Town Cat. Will go 3 ways to the flop.
So a 3-bet flop here with King 9 off, and you see he gets called by Jack Dewey and Queen 10 here. So
King, Queen 8. Scotcho with top pair. Chi-Town with second pair. Scotcho, who made it 65. Will he continue the action?
Action on the cat, and he's going to bet his pair of queens. Rather large here, so going for it right now, almost basically committing.
150.
Almost, he's only got about that much behind. And Scotcho doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
Yeah, it looks like it's 150 is the bet. Scotcho with top pair. And backdoor straight, it's going to raise it on up, all in.
Scotcho rips it all in there, an insta call there by the cat, and the cat is behind and in need of a lot of help. Backdoor hearts, backdoor straight possibilities here, but definitely in bad shape to the King 9 off of Scotcho. Back out of his seat here. Got to say a little quick prayer to the poker gods because he's in some bad shape.
5 of diamonds.
No help.
There's the 5.
No help.
Kings and 5s are going to win it. And Scotcho is going to take all of Chi-Town Cat's chips.
So it took to the 10-20 marker here, but the cat has used all of his 9 lives and has officially been scalped. And we will need new chips over here if seed 7 wants to continue. And it looks like he's not giving up here, so we're going to be adding on to seed 7. And a nice pot there for the 9 seed.
How many lives is Chi-Town Cat going to rebuy for?
Well, we'll see. Hopefully for the maximum. 116 people in the chat. Thank you all for joining us. If it's your first time viewing, Rick and I, Slick Rick and the Skull, are here every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Come on back and join us this Saturday. We're going to have a 5-10 uncapped game with lots and lots of money on the table. Probably close to 100,000 on the table this Saturday night. So come on by. Smash that like button if you haven't done so already. We're trying to get a maximum viewership here each and every week here. We are increasing our viewership. Tonight is no different. So thank all 120 of you guys for tuning in and spending part of your Wednesday evening with us here at the Lodge.
Yeah. You'll notice the logo bug in the top left corner of your screen. That's America's Card Room. They are our title sponsor. I want to give them one last shout out. They have been with us since really show number 1.
Bruno, a little bit quiet. You know, heated up on that first hour of the stream. Might have taken a little nap on the second hour here, but as we are early on in the third hour, American Airlines, hello from the big blind, juices it up to 40 buckaroos.
Wiener Schnitzel.
And every time Bruno juices it up, Saldivar, not far behind, a pretty 7-6 of diamonds, but does not want to play it. So he folds, as does the cat, and Scotcho, we have an aces versus Cowboys alert.
Woo!
Sound the alarms, and this is going to be Cooler City.
And both are very deep, Mike.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be our largest hand of the night, and he's going to 3-bet this one up. So, ooh,
And Bruno is just
sitting there.
Is just tasting. All
thinking,
he's seeing is the mirage.
Do I want to raise this up now? Do I want to slow play my aces? I think the raise is going to be coming here. Definitely thinking about Vegas, Mirage, the fountains of the Bellagio. You know, maybe a nice little show at O with his wife and his family.
Pizza Rock.
Where am I going to spend the $700 of Scotcho? Do I want to go to the steakhouse in the middle of a pandemic? Probably not. Maybe I'll go to the market and buy that premium steak for Super Bowl. All these thoughts going through Bruno's head right now as he reaches for more chips.
Is he going to push it, or is he going to just do the flat call?
We'll see. We'll see. It doesn't look to be flat calling. This looks to be raising chips, and then Scotcho is going to say all in. Says, my goodness, am I up against this? Does he have aces? Oh, it's got to be aces. But I got pocket kings. Don't see him folding, especially on the stream. Sometimes when you're on the stream, you don't want to be folding, even if you have a bad thought in your mind here. But still, pocket king's so strong.
And usually a 5-bet is the most assured notice that you have aces. All in.
Oh, and snap.
Oh, my goodness.
So here we go. So 2 outs only for Scotcho here. Sees the bad news. Gross.
Cooler City for Scotcho.
There's nothing you can do, Scott. You know, you didn't play it wrong. It's just that's the most classic cooler that poker offers here this game. It's brutal, but there are still 2 kings alive in this deck. Can you?
Oh my goodness, Mikey! It came.
Ooh, he flops the boat, and oh my God, he flops the boat.
Oh, on the river.
Oh my God.
Ace on the river.
My goodness. Hand of the stream so far. No, there's complete shock. There's complete shock. So that's why we love this game.
God giveth and God taketh away.
That's why we love poker. That's why I love poker. That's why all 120 of you in the chat love poker.
My God.
You can't draw it up any sicker, any more disgusting.
Scotcho thought he caught lightning in a bottle. He did for about 13 seconds.
I'm a little dizzy in the booth. I might need a cold towel. So if you're listening out there in the room, I'm stunned. I'm shocked. You flopped the boat. Flop the boat. You're behind. You need the 2 out. You're like, oh, I hit it on the flop. Safe turn.
We found our #1 highlight for poker night at the lodge. All I have to do is show that highlight.
That's disgusting, and you feel for C9. He's such a nice gentleman here. He's been coming to the lodge a lot lately, waiting for his time. He's a good player. Bruno, you know, we can't say enough good things about Bruno as well, but none of these gentlemen played that hand incorrectly, and that's the drama that takes place here on the flop, the turn, the river, Damon. Unreal. Nobody really knows how to react. You don't want to. Nobody really knows what to do, what to say. What do you say? There's nothing you can do except reach in your pocket for more chips and continue the battle.
And both players were so deep, Mikey. Oh, I'm like speechless because it just right on the flop. You flop a boat, aces versus kings. You think, oh my God, I just lightning in a bottle, and then the river ace.
God. So we're gonna have to remember. We're gonna have to remember this February 3rd stream here, and that's gonna be on the highlight tape. And you just gotta be, you just gotta be thankful that that's not a larger game. As we see our cumulative winnings here, Bruno spikes to the top and Scotcho all the way to the bottom. So just like that, when you think it's your night and you're gonna be on the top of the list, the river comes and your boat has been sunk to the bottom of the ocean.
Oh my God! Ace from space on the river for Bruno.
Bruno, the stone cold killer in C2. Can Bruno run any hotter these past 2 weeks? Wednesday is the night of Bruno, it seems, and unreal. You got to think that Bruno's dinner is halfway up his throat there as he sees that flop. He's like, my goodness, this is how it's gonna happen. And you got to think, oh, Scott, I'm gonna win this pot. I sucked down, and then that river's gonna take a little while for me to swallow. Same for Scott. Scott's going to be thinking about that in his sleep. Bruno's going to be telling his friends and family about that. And you're going to be seeing that on the stream for weeks to come. Classic cooler, classic entertainment, and just absolutely a stunner there.
Maribel says, nice hand, Bruno. Happy wifey. Yeah, I would say that ace on the river just bought you a nice little spending spree at your local Neiman Marcus. Or as I used to like to say, needless markups. My goodness. I mean, Mike, come on. That you couldn't have
10:30.
scripted that.
No, that. I haven't seen a cooler like that in a long, long time. I play a lot of poker too.
Yeah.
And an all-in pre like that, you know, the premium versus premium, the suck out, the resuck, the seesaw battle, and all the chips are exchanged from one seat to another like that, and it's going to be hard to top that. So that's the highlight of the night. That's not going to be topped off unless we spike a jackpot somehow. And I'm going to remember that one for a long time. So usually, you know, Bruno and Scotcho sometimes play deeper. I've seen them both with thousands behind. So you got to be a little bit thankful that, you know, we're not in the biggest of games usually here, and it's only about 700. Both of those guys can definitely afford that. But still.
Why am I going to go home tonight after we get off here and go home and rewatch this live stream and fast forward it to about the 2-hour 15 mark and just rewatch the insanity?
Yeah, I don't know. Even, you know, people are still reacting. The chat has blown up since that hand, and rightfully so. Everyone is now awake. Even if you're watching on the East Coast, 11:30 might be bedtime. If you were in your bed about to be falling asleep, you heard the screams. It might be from your neighbor next door watching the same stream. It might be from your husband, your wife. It might be from Rick or I.
Yes.
But you are now awake and alert.
You're wide awake. $15 from Scotcho with King Queen. Bruno is just going to call because he just feels obligated now to call and spread some of this chips around. He's not going to lock anything up. Plus, he's on fire.
I'm going to need a cold shower when I get home.
Oh, my
I'm steamed
goodness.
up from that one.
That was fun. And Bruno flops an open-ender. Bruno, the hits keep coming.
And Scotcho firing. You know Bruno's not folding here, so my goodness, if a king peels and then somehow an ace peels on the river, I'm going to walk out of the booth. If Scotcho connects on the turn and then Bruno steals this one on the river, I'm going to leave the booth, Rick, and you're going to go solo here. Oh, God.
There's the queen.
Oh, God.
Here comes the ace. There are 7 outs for Bruno.
I'm done. I'm not speaking until we see this river.
Bruno will make the $55 bet. Scotcho's not going to go anywhere with top paired, great kicker. He's going to come along. He's just wondering if he should raise here. He is 78% chance to win, but we do know it's Bruno. Bruno. Literally breathless. Catching the ace on the river against Scotcho. 55 is the bet.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. Now that I think about it.
And looks like there's a call. Here comes the ace or 6, folks. Oh, 7, and Scotcho survives.
I can breathe. If it wasn't ace or 6, I was out. I was out the booth, Rick. So luckily, I'm going to stick around for another half hour here.
Scotcho's going to get a few shekels back and says, why couldn't it be a little bit bigger?
Bruno makes him sweat it a little bit. And the pair of queens are good. So thank all 140 y'all for tuning in. This is a record viewership for tonight. Like and subscribe to that channel. If this is your first time tuning in, we're here every Wednesday and Saturday night live from the Lodge in Round Rock. And again, this Saturday, we're going to have a 5-10 uncapped game, and there's going to be close to $100,000 on the table here. And the action is going to be jam-packed. So tune on in every Wednesday, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. We appreciate all y'all making us a part of your evening tonight.
Wow.
And if you're just tuning in, you just missed an Aces versus Kings cooler for the record books. So you can always watch back our streams on our channel. If you're a member and subscribe to the channel here, we've done about 35 different episodes, from tournament poker to high stakes cash. So definitely scroll those back and watch those on your free time as well.
Josiah Esquire raises to 21, his favorite bet, with 10-8. Bruno will make the call. Bruno is putting his chips in play. Got to hand him for that. Coming up on 10:30 Central Time. We've got about 30 more minutes of the live stream. depending on a few things. Looks like we're going to go heads up to the flop. Bruno versus Josiah Esquire. Flop comes Jack 9 deuce. Open-ended straight draw for Josiah Esquire.
Props to Danny. He's already got his story ready. Happy wifey, happy life. So profit some of the winnings going towards her, and he's going to be able to play all night long now. So, you know, you got to set the story early, get everybody on the same page, and then you can have a nice long night at the lodge. Open 24/7. Also free play from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. So maybe if you want to call Hookie from work, school, whatever, if poker is your life, come on in the morning, get a little bit of free play and some of Ricky's monies, because you know he's here early.
Yeah, I had some good fortune on Monday night. Won about 1,500 here at the lodge, which is very unusual for Slick
career
Rick.
high. We got to straddle the 16 bucks from the cat. 15 hundo there for our boy Slick Rick.
Yep.
Very, very well done. Must have had a couple river suckouts like we just saw, huh?
I played solid poker and things held up. See, that's the difference. I play solid poker most of the time. Sometimes it just doesn't hold up. You know how it is, Mikey.
Yes.
Life is one big poker game. It's not.
It's how you start, it's how you finish.
But it's not one session and say, oh, I won here, I lost there. It's one big poker game in life. And, you know, if you're still playing, you're a winner.
Very well said.
Where's the lodge? We're in Round Rock, Texas, just 15 minutes north of Austin, Texas, the capital of Texas. Round Rock is the largest suburb of the Austin area. King Jack 5. Pocket 8's still in the lead for AC. We're going to have some live chat people going against live chat people. Ben Dog says, I wouldn't give my wife a penny. Another says, Danny says, that's why you're still single. Hey, when you win big in gambling, you got to give your significant other some money. You just do. It's good poker karma. I'm not saying the whole thing.
I hope Nina's sleeping right now. This might be past her
Mike,
bedtime.
come on.
We'll have to see when I get home.
You win big, you don't...
I take care.
Of course you do.
Scotcho here is suited king-queen here. And if you're Scotcho, you still got to have that sour taste in your mouth from the hand that just happened about 10 minutes ago here. But trying to keep the session together here. We still got about a half hour left of the stream. Good on him for not packing up and leaving. When you take a brutal beat like that, sometimes people just get off the table and head for the hills. But Scotcho still battling here. And also now John with the same exact holding, just with hearts and not clubbies. And he's going to put the pressure on Scotcho, trying to maybe take advantage of a man when he's down and out.
Here comes the raise. Actually, it's a call. I'm sorry.
So three-way here. Lots of kings already out, as we see here. So we got diamonds, clubs, hearts. So let's see what the flop brings. Everybody suited here. And if it's suited, then they're interested.
Three ways to the flop. $102 in the skittle.
Two hearts. So John likes that one, especially with overs to that board as well. Nemo, the only one who binked his pair here with middle pair of threes, and he's going to, nope, put the cat's chip back. And it goes check to the button here, and John with the flush draw and overs is going to bet to, it looks like 45. Putting Nemo to the test here. Nemo currently with the best hand makes the call, and Scotcho's frustrating night continues here. He's got overs and backdoor clubs with one club on that board. Let's see if he wants to. He's stuck now. You know he's stuck, so he might be chasing some of his losses here. And instead of just flatting, he looks to be carving out raising chips. And I don't think John's going to be going anywhere. So Scotcho might be
65.
Digging a little bit more of a hole there, trying to get maybe close to the center of the earth. who knows? But let's see what John elects to do. I don't think this raise is going to get through. John, good on him, looking at his other opponents to his left stack size here. Doesn't want to get stuck here, possibly ripped over the top. But a nice little raise here by Scotcho, putting John to the test, especially when it's multi-way pot. A little bit more tricky to maneuver here. You're always worried what that other person who hasn't acted yet is going to do. And he looks to be folding. So folds the draw. Nemo, I don't think is going to be calling.
It's going to be hard to call middle pair.
I think the only one who had the opportunity to call there was John. So good on Scotcho for going for it there and following through there. Raisins looked strong and got 2 opponents off of it, as our boy Scotcho had the worst holding out of the 3 there, but still takes down the pot there. So the man's on the comeback trail. He's trying to mix it up, put on a show here after that brutal cooler. And he's still keeping it together there, and he wins a nice little pot there and scooping a nice one as we have a dealer change in the box. That's taking place right now. Looks like our boy Alex is coming in, a.k.a. Tebow.
Alex is going to give Damon a little break. Damon sitting there for 2.5 hours. He says, I need to go to the little boys' room over there. 126 people in the live chat, and the White Claw Warrior.
Yeah, we might need to change the
Chi-Town Cat's new name is the White Claw,
yeah,
White
we
Claw
might,
Warrior.
even if he doesn't approve it, we have the control. We can just kind of go in there and just do it.
Yeah. What is the Warrior there in the big blind? It looks like a Chihuahua.
Yeah, there's a little like Pikachu thing.
Oh, is that Pikachu?
A lot, I don't know, some type of a lot of players around town, or see in the poker world, you'll see a lot of those players have little characters or whatnot. And then if you stack an opponent and they have like a little warrior, you get their warrior. So you can kind of accumulate a little.
You wouldn't give up
army.
your skull.
No, I'm not really one for those type of games. No.
You still have that one with the green eyes?
Yeah, I got about 15 skulls, but I'm not really rocking the skulls on the cards like I normally do. I got skull rings now, so.
I like the one with the green eyes.
Yeah. I'll whip that one back out for you here in the future.
Yeah, we're not doing bomb pots tonight. We took a vote from the players on this live stream, and one person objected, so we said no bomb pots tonight. In our 1-3 games here at the Lodge, we do allow bomb pots. They are double board bomb pots, and we don't have bomb pots on our 1-2. So if you come and play a 1-2 game, you come to the Lodge to play poker and you want a bomb pot, it's got to be at a 1-3 or higher.
Yeah, bomb pots are also a little tough for the RFID table here. Because, we have the readers right there in the center of the table. If you're doing a bomb pots, multiple boards, then we can't really see the other board correctly, and you'll have a lot of misreads. Then you have a lot of chop pots, and that will screw up these stack sizes pretty quickly. So that's also one of the reasons why we tend not to do the bomb pots on the stream games. But then once we turn off the cameras, the players will be allowed to go back to the double board bomb pots. The cat firing in a bet here. Drawing dead. 9 high. AC behind here with a pair of kings. And he's not folding.
AC
makes the call here, so let's see if the cat wants to hang himself one more time tonight. Gonna take a river, drawing dead, cannot win this pot by checking. And I don't think he's gonna have enough behind to push our boy AC off of this. He rips it all in, for good on him for going for it, but it was snap called by AC, and 9 high is no good, sir. And just sends it into the muck here. So the cat exploding a little bit. Gonna be on his 3rd buy-in if he continues to play here. Got about 20 minutes left on the stream. AC off to a nice little respectable finish here after coming off with a sour start. He also got cooled earlier on in that first hour. A couple bad beats, overpair over overpair, etc. But he's turning around his session here, and I believe he is now in the green, positive $30 here. But Bruno up $800 from that cooler that we've been talking about all night. Hand of the stream, maybe hand of any one of our episodes that we've had.
That is, I will vote for it. The bomb pots are on Hold'em tables there, Hold'em bomb pots, so double board. We do have PLO games dealt and Big O games, high-low 5-card Omaha, but and those have bomb pots as well.
Yeah, it depends on the player pool. Sometimes we'll do single board bomb pots sometimes on the stream, and if the table wants to do PLO, we'll do PLO. Usually we'll do regular, hold'em. So we've done both. So it just kind of depends on the night.
Yep.
The raise to 15.
There's a raise from Sal the Bear, who we haven't heard from in a while, with 6-5. Says, let's play. Chi-Town Cat with ace deuce offsuit will make the call, as does AC with 10-9 suited. So 3 ways to the flop. Alex in the box now as we're waiting for Damon to get back. 4-5 deuce and a pair of fives for Sal the Bear. And a wheel draw for Chi-Town Cat in a pair. Bottom pair. He goes all in against his cousin, Sal the Bear.
Wow.
Cousin on cousin.
Crime, and cousin's got top pair, and the cat drawing pretty thin again. So the cat is in tilt mode for sure. He might have to press Control Alt Delete here to unlock himself or something here. He is tilting away here. Bottom pair no good to top pair of fives, both with straight possibilities here. The king will not change a thing.
4 outs for Chi-Town Cat. That's not one of them. And Sal the Bear is going to have a quiet ride home, as these two probably came in the same car. And Sal the Bear adds to his chip stack. Yep. Lots of card rooms do different things, and we do different things that some card rooms don't do. We are friends with everyone, and we wish the best to everyone.
I'm looking to see if the cat's going to rebuy or not. I'm just getting that late stream itch like I got last week to pop on in there, but it doesn't look like we have a seat, so the cat reaching for more chips, and he's going to try and turn around this losing session into the green here, but he's going to have his work cut out for him as we approach 10:45 here.
The big one, tourney, is every month, and it is a, is it $300 buy-in, Mike?
Yeah,
the big one, $300 buy-in.
And you got 1 re-entry, so if you bust, you can pop back into the mix one time.
I think the last big one we had $37,500 in the prize pool. Winner walked away with
10-5.
10-5 maybe, or
Yeah.
more. And so yeah, we're doing that on the 20th, and then the really big tournament is the World Texas Championship, and that is a $500 buy-in, $75 access door fee, and you're in the tournament. And we are guaranteeing $200K in the tournament. We feel it's going to go way over that $200K. Somebody's going to walk away with a lot of money, enough to go buy himself a Cadillac if they want. King 8-10, 2 clubs. Bruno with the nut flush draw is going to make it, looks like 35. John will fold. AC is going to come along with 9-7. He's got an open-ended straight draw. And Scotcho with King 10, he flopped 2 pairs. So everybody's got a little something, something.
Yeah, Scotcho top 2. Bruno, as you mentioned, the nut flush draw here. Yes, it's a pretty action flop here, and nobody seems to be going anywhere, but Scotch reduces it up to 135. So here we go.
Well, it's back to Bruno. Bruno's not going anywhere with the nut flush draw and a stack of chips. He's got 1,500 in greens alone. Zane claims he's going to take down the $200,000 guarantee. Good luck.
So Scotcho wants to shut this down right now. He's had a rough night. And it's been Bruno who's been doing the damage here. Bruno, deep stack now.
Bruno says, do I want to do this to such a fine young man in Scotcho again? He's going to make the call. Back over to AC with the open-ended straight, getting a lot of good price here, Mikey.
Yeah, good price on the button in position, and his stack's deep enough to peel this race too and see it turn. So I don't see him going anywhere. Doesn't have any clubs. Doesn't want to see another club there. Let's say, you know, he binks the jack of clubs. He's not going to really, he's going to be worried. He might get himself into trouble. So he's hoping for a non-club that will connect his straight there, but still getting a good price to see this river, and let's see what it is.
King, and there's the boat ski for Scotcho. Scotcho.
So let's see what Scott elects to do now here. He can maybe pump the brakes here and set a little trap and see and try to induce some bets from his opponents here. Maybe try to have them catch that flush, or he can bet kind of small. Let's see what he does. He doesn't seem to be checking here, so he's going to continue to fire. Let's hope he doesn't scare his opponents out. So now that the board's paired, you know, chasing that flush and straight doesn't seem too appealing anymore, but he bets about 150. So 150 into about 470.
Now with the board pair, Bruno can find a fold here. He could definitely be drawing dead, obviously, with the board pair.
Yeah, so.
And AC, don't see him calling.
I think anyone who's going to make this call, I think, would be Bruno. I don't see, if Bruno folds, I think AC
he does fold.
So Bruno folds.
Good fold, Bruno.
And as does AC. So Scotcho, no action on the boat, takes it down, and any pot is better than no pot.
Danny, don't know what our final number will be on the big one. We're guaranteeing 200K. Just from all the tournaments we've run in the past, we think it's going to go way over that 200K guarantee, but we can't guarantee that, obviously. We can't guarantee 200K will be in the prize pool. So
it says Scotcho now is in the green 115. So that's quite the rebound. I'm not 100% sure the totals that he bought in for. I would still think he's potentially down a little bit, but our graphics right now, if all the chip counts are completely accurate, then good on Scotcho for digging out of that hole and turning in a profitable session after that brutal aces versus kings hand.
There's a good question from the chat. You know, somebody asked why would he bet there, turning the boat. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you could have gone a couple different ways there. You know, you might be targeting that one, you know, thinking that maybe one of the other two people have that king after they both call your bet there and are satisfied in their trips and basically drawing dead to try and induce a jam there. The bet size wasn't that big there, but you could have checked there as well and potentially set a trap there and have either Bruno or seat 8 fire at that turn, or even maybe check that turn and potentially connect with their flush or straight on the river, and then maybe probably be betting then. But especially when you've been having such a brutal night there, I don't mind Scott charging those draws and firing it. It wasn't a large bet, but fortunately it scared off his opponents there.
Straight draw and top pair for Josiah Esquire, and Chi-Town Cat with pocket jacks in the lead. And it's looks like it's going to be a call.
You know the Cat's ripping this all in, insta rip. The chips are probably already in there before you can get the camera on him. I knew those chips are in there, and he's gonna be in good shape now with his jack. So, been a rough hour for the Cat here after he's been felted about 3 times or so, but in good shape here for a double. Needs to fade some straight outs, a 6 or a 4.
There's a 4, 2 pair now.
Another 6, so trip 6s.
Oh, look, okay.
So
6s.
Not the Cat's night there. Felted one more time.
Ugh.
And the jacks go bye-bye as seat 1 sucks out on the turn. So 1050 here. Might be going a little bonus, couple minutes bonus. We shall see. 10 minutes, 15 minutes bonus. So it looks like we're going to about 11:15. So a little bit of bonus time here, just because we got so many members here, new people in the chat.
Why not?
Got over 130. So just as a little reward to all you guys for tuning in tonight, like, subscribe to that channel. We're going to be going a little bit into overtime tonight, a little extra time on the pitch, on the felt. And again, don't forget about Saturday night. 5-10 uncapped. Going to be a deep, deep game. Very exciting for sure. And it's going to be a whole other level of poker when you're that deep. Decisions are a lot harder to come by when you have all those chips on the table. They're definitely more expensive. So tune into that. But this game on Wednesday has been very exciting as well. So don't forget about us on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We're going to bring the same act as well on Saturday as we do on this game. So rest assured, we're going to have fun, even though there's going to be a lot more chips on the table. We're going to have a lot of fun with it.
Steve asking if I'm going to play the big 200K. You know I'll be in that for sure. Definitely playing that 200K tournament at the end of the month. I already got a free seat already, so I'm in there. I won a raffle. So we got the ladies
Josiah
here.
Esquire.
No action,
Gonna
though.
pull it down. Josiah Esquire, seat 1.
How much was the cat in for total? That's a good question. We'll take a look at our numbers here shortly when they pop up on the screen, but let's see. Cat is not listed, so because he stepped away from the table at the moment. I got to think he's down probably at least about 800, 800 or 900. Sounds about
Yeah, I
right.
think his last couple rebuys were short. Short by meaning not the full amount, so.
We'll give it to you.
Shout out to Steve B watching from Boston. Appreciate you tuning in tonight, buddy. And I will take down that fantasy basketball league. Steve B and I are in a pretty juicy fantasy basketball league, and me and him have the top 2 teams, so I'm going to have to take him down.
Raise 37 total.
Scotcho will fold. Bruno with ace deuce suited.
Spadies.
All 37.
Looks like a raise by our man Nemo. Nemo will raise it up.
Nemo with
Actually,
the mystery hand here.
He calls, so the raise was by Bruno with ace deuce suited. Here we go,
See
Nemo.
Nemo with his cards away from the sensor there. They didn't pick up, so we're not quite sure what he has.
Just a wheel draw, actually a 6-eye straight draw for Bruno, and a backdoor flush. But Nemo puts a $100 chip out there. He bets 50 of that 100 over to Bruno. Bruno's got a lot more than 1.1K. It's showing 1.1K. He's got probably 1,300 in greens alone. And here comes Chi-Town Cat, the White Claw Warrior, back.
Back for more. He can't go home yet. He's still got more White Claw to drink, so he's not going nowhere here. But we got Bruno and Nemo going at it. Nemo firing in the bet of 50, and Bruno goes bye-bye as Nemo shows the King-Jack off there. So taking one down with a lesser holding as ace-high was good. So shout out to Damien in the chat. Finally going to play some live poker, so good on you, buddy. Stay safe. Keep your mask up. Try and stay as safe as possible. And always, if you're down here in Texas in Round Rock, Austin area, come to the lodge, give us a shot. And if you want to play on this live stream, shoot me an email, reach out to me. If you're visiting, I always give priority to new players, new members. So if you want to give this a shot, have Slick Rick and the Skull commentate your play. Have your friends and family watch you turn rags into riches. That's a possibility. All you got to do is reach out, come to the lodge, and mix it up with all these fine gentlemen and ladies here that the lodge offers.
Yeah, I've probably been to Vegas about 120 times. Never once have I been to Reno. You ever been to Reno?
I don't think I have been to Reno. No, I've been to the closest to Reno I've gotten is Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, well, that's...
Been to Lake Tahoe, and I've been to Vegas over 100 times.
Yeah.
But I've been to almost every state. I've been to about 47 states.
Nice.
Multiple times. So I've gotten around this beautiful country.
They had this trip in the summer. They used to have it. I think they still do, where you can determine how many major league ballparks you want to see in a 2-week period.
That's cool.
And they'll travel during the day, go to a game at night, and then you can hit a bunch of ballparks
Yeah,
up.
I've been to a bunch of ballparks. I've also been to a lot of hockey arenas. So one for the live sports as well. Take a look at the sky cam here.
Don't know what the players have, but Nemo's going to take this one down.
Shows a
three.
So thanks for showing. Nemo takes one down.
You have to be 60 years old to go to Reno. Wow. Yeah, I've always thought it looks like a pretty cool little town. They always say it's the biggest little city.
Yeah.
But, you know, if your choice is Reno or Vegas.
No brainer, baby.
Well, I mean, why? I mean, you go to Vegas. I used to go to Atlantic City every now and then.
I used to go down to Atlantic City a lot, too. That's where I kind of got my wings playing poker. I was underage, played Borgata, Trump. I had a couple friends that had some beach houses down there, so I go down a lot in the summertime growing up on the East Coast down to AC. Absolutely.
You know, 40% of the nation's population lives within 8-hour drive of Atlantic City. So it was the big deal for a long time, but now since Pennsylvania has it, Maryland has it.
Yeah, still a lot of good players down there.
Connecticut has it. You know, Boston has gambling. So, you know, all those states finally realized it's like Texas, you know.
Lady alert, lady alert.
AC with the ladies. Jake Stein just throwing fire from his home. Seat 5 competing with Ken for fewest hands played in a 3-hour sitting. Wow. Shots fired.
So it's a better one for Jake there. Jake's usually not
Jake Stein.
That's pretty high quality stuff from Jake Stein.
150 is the bet and the call.
So we were running the gadgets and gizmos here behind the scene, and we'll got a little something tidbit here after this hand here. We still got queens and nines, but I got a little surprise for our viewers.
Sal DeBear's not going to be able to.
Yeah, AC is not going nowhere.
No, AC's not going, and Sal DeBear's not going anywhere.
Sal DeBear's been pretty quiet lately. He started off the stream pretty active with a high VPIP here, but has slowed down. So AC pumping the brakes a little bit, not 3-betting. Is going to see this flop out of position here. Not going to 4-bet, make this pot even bigger here, but in good shapes, obviously, with the overpair to the nines.
6 deuce deuce. Good flop for both players, but you see Sal DeBear's dead to a 9 of hearts.
Yeah, this was a very similar flop early on in the stream here while AC got stacked on, vice versa here. So now he has the better of it here, and he checks it over to Sal DeBear. So a sneaky check there by AC. I love the check there. Sal DeBear quickly reaching for chips and a lot of green ones here. So the check raise jam looking very mighty here. Does he want to continue to set the trap and risk an ace or a king peeling on this turn? I would elect to rip it now, but he just smooth calls it. So here we go. Got a nice little pot brewing. I think the chips could have gone in right then and there, but we're going to peel.
King.
And just, this is exactly what we didn't want to see here. So an action killer to both players here. Nobody's really going to love that king on both sides here, but let's see what Sal DeBear elects to do. Bears. He checks it. So we're going to take a river. So brutal card there on the turn, killing all this action here. Queen's still good. But if AC rips that flop there, Sal DeBear, I imagine, would snap call and we'd have a much bigger pot. Still 730 in the middle here. I believe this is going to go check, check. And the queens are going to hold. I don't see Sal DeBear. Does go check, check, and it's the queens are good. So got over about 120 people in the chat here. We can run the numbers here and see that most of y'all are not subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button here. You all are on YouTube, on your phones, on your tablets, at home, on the computers, the Lodge Poker Club live stream. Smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our future broadcasts. We're going to be here every Wednesday and Saturday. If you're subscribed to the channel, you get an update, a notification that tells you that Slick Rick and the Skull are live for your all's enjoyment. Do us a favor, hit that button so we can grow our viewership and get a national-wide audience.
I mean, if you liked what you saw tonight,
Yeah, we're not going to force you.
We're not going to force you. But seriously, it doesn't cost anything, and it really does help
We're going
us
to
grow.
recommend. We're going to recommend.
Yeah, definitely. It helps us grow because of all that stuff that YouTube does with the subscriber base and the viewership. So we would appreciate it because this is a labor of love for Mike and I. And no one's getting rich here. We've got a producer that works his butt off, Dave Klaproth, to make it all happen. And but one thing that does give us pleasure is when we see the subscribers go up each month, each week,
day,
each
day, hour, each minute, each second here.
Sal DeBear will call the $6 bet. Back to Chi-Town Cat, the White Claw Warrior, with Queen 9. And that's straddle. AC will say, let him live. And we'll go 3 ways to a flop. Damon will give us that flop. 8 deuce 3, a wheel draw for AC. Not much of anything for anybody else. It's like
AC fired out $10, got called by both players.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a turn.
There's
Another deuce.
Still no one with anything. AC, 77% chance to win the pot as long as he stays in. Check all around, and he'll go to the river. There's the 10. And AC, with his ace, is going to be good here, but will somebody take a stab at it? Chi-Town Cat checks. AC checks and shows the ace, and he's going to take down that pot. E says he's going to take some credit for AC playing so well. I guess he's a little tutor.
A little coaching, perhaps. AC's been playing pretty well tonight. I like his table demeanor, table presence. Ran into a couple tough spots early on, but they were pretty much coolers. Has been maneuvering pretty well here as Bruno's up 620.
There's your answer. Somebody asked earlier how much Chi-Town Cat was losing. You know, he's throwing the party right now, but let me tell you something. Chi-Town Cat has won a lot of money on these streams and in this room. So, hey, everybody takes a night. Gets speed bag, you know, the Tyson speed bag.
Yeah. Just got to bounce back from those black eyes. Those bumps and bruises here as we're over 11 o'clock here. We get a little into overtime, a bonus couple 10, 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Just as a award. A shout out to all our viewers here. A little token of our appreciation here from the Lodge Poker Club live stream as Nemo picking up the Cowboys on the button. Let's see what people behind are holding. Chi-Town Cat with a pocket pair. Not very much behind. Calls the 20 and AC picking up a suited ace here. So let's see if he likes to 3-bet this one or just flat. Just flat. So a nice pot brewing. Sal DeBear with 5-2 offsuit. Send those bad boys to bed. We're going to go 3-way to a flop with Nemo in pretty good shape here.
Damon will give us the flop. And it looks to be 3, Jack 4. And Nemo's still way out in front with his kings. $3 is the bet from Chi-Town Cat. Nemo's going to say, I'll have none of that. I'm going to raise it up, make it 30. And Chi-Town Cat pushes it all in.
Can't put in those tip chips, though. Takes those off, and he's going to get snapped off by
of course,
Nemo. And he's going to be drawing 2 possible wheel outs or 2 remaining deuces. And the Chi-Town Cat is in a rough shape one more time.
Deuces and kings. Running straights, deuce. That's not going to help. Dead 2, one of the 2 remaining deuces.
2 outer.
That's not it. 7. And Chi-Town Cat
felt it one more time.
Reached into his pocket more than a father at a country fair with a 7-year-old. How about that?
Yeah.
And we'll go to the next hand. As Bruno goes and takes a nice walk. The walk where you know that you just had a hell of a night playing poker and don't want to get mixed up in any other action. Oh, I'm getting tired. Time to go home. No, he's One of the all-time great players that we have as far as being a great guy. Never seen him get upset at the poker table. You don't want to see poker players get upset.
No, I gotta be able to win and lose with class. People are getting upset. Just the Bruno away from the table looked like he would have had Cowboys there.
Oh,
So that's pretty. That could be tilting when you get home, but when you've had such a good night, you just shake that one off here. Let's see how good Bruno's really running here. So we're still gonna go to a flop here. Chi-Town Cat holding an ace, AC with another king. So if an ace peels, then we know Bruno's running really, really good. Does not.
10-5-5.
Not much action though for either player here. So a bet by the cat, a C-bet would likely take it down, but it goes check with the queen on the turn.
Now a straight draw for AC. Ace still in the lead. 7 does nothing, and it'll be Chi-Town Cat's pot to win, and he's going to win 33 bucks. And we'll go on to the next one. Want to remind everyone, Lodge Poker Club is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Exit 251 off of I-35 in Round Rock, Texas. Open 24 hours a day. The first 6 hours, from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. Actually, it's 5 hours. From 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. each and every day, all players, it's free play. So instead of the $10 an hour fee that we charge the rest of the time from 6 a.m. to 11, come play for free at the lodge. Yeah, Atlantic City is dead now. I've heard that. Sad, you know, that was the place for so many years. Fun to walk along the boardwalk. But, yeah, it's just, you know, it happens when Philly gets gambling, and that took a lot away from it when Pennsylvania got gambling, and, of course, you had Foxwoods and Maryland.
Yeah, Steve in the chat saying nobody even really dresses up in Vegas no more. It's not necessarily true. I don't know when the last time Stevie's came out to Vegas a couple of years ago, but still people get pretty fancy out there.
Vegas, somebody says Vegas is history. Let me tell you something. There's so much pent-up demand. As soon as this crap is finished, as soon as we get this under control, whether it's a year from now, 6 months from now, I don't know, there's so much pent-up demand that Vegas is going to freaking explode from all the people. I haven't been to Vegas in a year and a half now. I go out. I've gone out every summer since 1986. I haven't been in a year and a half. I go out multiple times a year. The hell with it. I'm going back to Vegas as soon as I can.
Yeah, I'll be going back as well. John asking if there's a rake in this game. No rake. We just charge an hourly seat fee. Can't charge a rake here in Texas. That would make the games illegal, so absolutely no rake being taken from the pot.
You know, somebody asked about poker in Texas. For years and years before the poker clubs got started, probably 7 years ago, 6 7 years ago, poker, you could play poker in your private home, and it was legal. Where it got illegal is if a place opened up and took a rake. And for years and years prior to this, there were similar clubs that tried to make it work as a business, but they always got caught because of whether it was a donation they were taking in a red man type club or somewhat, they got caught with the rake. Well, this is more of a social club, so think of a country club where you pay a monthly or weekly dues to get in, and then there's no rake off the table. It's just an hourly seat fee. And that's how Texas poker is booming right now. So many card rooms all over Texas. It's crazy. We're just one of many.
John waking up with the queens here. So trying to end the stream on a bang here. Saldabear, as we see, has a queen in his hand as well.
Josiah Esquire with 10-8 will fold in the small blind, as does Bruno. Saldabear with queen 9 suited will go up against John with the ladies. But notice all the queens are dead.
All the queens in play. And John has his opponents completely crushed here. Just really needs to fade clubs as Bruno gets out of the way. So we're going to go heads up. Just needs to fade clubs and running 9s. But there's 2 clubs.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
Nice little flop for Saldivar and over 2 overcards. So now a brutal flop for John. Still in the lead, but has to be a little sick to his stomach after seeing that flop. And he checks it down.
That flush draw. There's another ace.
Let's see if Saldivar wants to take charge here. Does not. Checks it down one more time. John checks it again. So the river will bring 2 of spades. So the queen's still good here. If Saldivar checks this one, I'd like to see John firing, a bet of 25 or something, go for a little bit of value after his opponent checks each and every street. And he does. Goes for about 15 buckaroos. But Saldivar has completely whiffed, and queen high is no good, and he can't pay this off. And these cards will go into the muck. And John's going to win $53. So John, another player, came from out of town, special for the stream. We appreciate him coming by. We appreciate all you guys tuning in from whether you're around Texas, the surrounding cities, or from out of state. We're going to be winding down here shortly in the next couple of minutes here for our Wednesday night show. Tune in on Saturday night for our 5-10 uncapped game. It's going to be lots of fun. I promise you that.
Yeah. If you're wanting to figure it out, if you figure in an hour play, if there's 9 players, that's $90. $10 from each player each hour is coming, basically being paid by each player. So in a rake game, figure out how many hands are dealt and how much rake is taken off in an hour, and you'll see that this is a much better deal for a poker player than it is a rake game. It just is. $90 is a lot less than what Vegas casinos are taking off the table each hour. So it's a pretty good deal from a player's perspective. Danny says, nice stream. Thank you. You're part of it. We like our live chat. We like to interact. We believe you're part of the show.
TJ Queens. We have another Queens versus 10 matchup here. So the Chi-Town Cat up against it one more time. Absolutely brutal night for him. He's been felted 4 or 5 times. And the way that this hand is trending, it's going to be it's going to be one more time before the White Claws are all finished up here, doing a little inventory on his stack size. And TJ's going to snap this one off quicker than we can even finish speaking.
Chi-Town leaves himself a little bit behind.
Maybe save himself a little bit of taxi money on the way home, because he's not going back home with the bear after they got into it.
TJ is
a little bit of
kind of toying with him.
Little Uber money.
All in. Quick call from Chi-Town Cat. Chi-Town says, what do you have? Queens versus 10s. He's going to see the bad news.
So we've seen aces get cracked and then survive. Let's see if the queens.
Not help there. Ace, deuce, 4.
Still needs a 10, 2 outer.
Ooh, a straight. A 5 will give him a chop.
5 is what he needs, but the 3 is not bad. So
Chi-Town Cat.
I think he's done. I think that's the knockout blow.
I mean, we've kind of all been there, but
yeah,
he's going to pull out another C note from his pocket. An endless
little crush
pocket of. He is. He's a little
Little crush, little stuns. You can get a little beat up tonight, but that's all right. That's what happens at the poker table. He's had his fair share of nights, but tonight's not one of them. And we're going to continue on.
No, the dealer doesn't take any money from the bad beat. The club puts $500 into the coffers, if you will, for the bad beat each month. Right now it's up to $15,000. Quad 10s has to lose, and if you have quads, you have to have a pocket pair in your hand. So quad 10s must lose. And looks like this might be it as we show the final stats. You see goes to showdown. And Mike, what are your thoughts on tonight's
an exciting
action?
stream. We thank everybody for joining us. We don't see the cat in there, but he was stuck about 12, 1300. Bruno, our big winner once again. So back-to-back weeks, Bruno on top, and another successful stream on Wednesday night. This game's been pretty effective, and it's been, you know, our members have been loving it. They've been enjoying the new structure. And thank you all for joining us. So just don't forget about Saturday, and I'll let you take it from here, Rick.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We had a hand of the stream so far. For Dave Klaproff, the executive producer, and Mike, the Skull Reisman, my name is Rick Epstein. We'll see you Saturday night on Poker Night at the Lodge.
Double check my cards. I can't fold this hand for my fans, man.
How many boards?
You got kings?
Just telling you how many boards.
I think you guys have 51 for the stream, right? It's up to you guys.
What?
This one's it's up to you guys.
Oh, goodness.
All right, flip
Oh, we
them
got a show. We got a show in this business. I had a jack. Oh,
If it was a big pot, I'd
Big
say
voices.
do whatever.
No, we always have.